say it's here?
It said it was almost here.
We're recording.
That's what they all say?
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones, a campaign of Vampire the Masquerade set in the Old West, where my players keep accusing me of trying to kill them, and I have to remind them that they're already dead. So, last time we left off, you guys had successfully robbed the train and dealt away with most of the security on the train before allowing it to take off, deciding to take in tow a newly semi-recovered Inspector Marshall, as well as the young girl of great magical powers of unknown origin known as Lupe. You guys traveled back to try and find your missing items that have seemingly been thrown from the train against their will by Wea and Atris.
Items have a will of their own?
Yes.
Not at that time. We nearly met the sun.
You guys had borrowed the mining shack of an old man who, after daybreak, whose spell kind of faded, but apparently was handled by Bartleby. You guys woke, also woke Marshall, wherein Adele confessed her undying love to him and agreed to a proposal of marriage after very subtly taking him one step further to the ghouling process. You guys traveled on a bit further, convincing Marshall to stick with you rather than running to bring Lupe back to her family, in which you found, by following some tracks and some very heavy-handedly laid clues, all of your equipment in a grove of dormant trees, making it a very obvious trap, as the items seem to have been moved far from where they fell out of the train and placed in a grab pile. Liam decided to go ahead and spring the trap intentionally by walking forward towards the pile, as springing from the ether, a multitude of the Bara Hakim, otherwise known as Asemites, appeared. They surround you guys, basically warning you not to try anything. You all put down your weapons as best as you could, as Atris was familiar with this particular group that normally operates solely from the Middle East, so they seemed very much out of place being here in the United States. It quickly became clear from the second in command that he and the rest of the group were looking specifically for old comrades of the Spurs in the name of Patrick and Elizabeth. You guys were very honest about the last time you had seen them, what you knew about their disappearance, what was going on to the best of your knowledge. You were very forthcoming with the information, as in a blink of an eye, another Asemite appeared that was very much obviously the commanding officer of this group, a Semite by the name of, checking notes, Fatima al-Fakidi.
Probably pronounced Fatima.
Probably Fatima. Yeah, for the
Probably
region.
both ways.
And I think pizza just arrived. So,
Someone has to get
Yay!
pizza.
someone has to get pizza. So just to finish the wrap up, she decided to tell you guys what's going on. They've heard rumors about Patrick appearing and perhaps having to answer to a new master. Also gave insight that the portal that Atris was looking for was most likely how the Elder Nos under Taylorsville is starting to seep out, and that it wasn't meant to be a door, but more of a prison that is slowly starting to break, and that the key to the door seems to be the vials of vitae that Clementine and her followers, including Reginald, have around their necks.
I am strongly opposed to seepage.
Yes. She then decided that for a trade of one of the blue vials that you guys had acquired to allow one to avoid the fear of flame, that she would hold off her group for 48 hours, allowing you guys time to capture the spy, who you found out was actually a traitor of the Bada Hakim by the name of... Kasim Bayar. She said she'll give you 48 hours to get to him first, to then collect your prize, giving you veiled warnings about Mr. Black, but then informing you that after the 48 hours, she would set her soldiers loose to capture the traitor themselves. You are allowed to collect your gear, mount up, and you were getting ready to head back towards the would-be meeting place at the Lonely Coyote. And that is where we left off. And I'm going to take a brief moment to grab pizza, and I'll be right back. And now a word from our sponsors.
Brought to you
With
by...
someone with amazing voice talent.
Oh, lordy. I don't know why my cat is demanding every amount of attention right now.
It's always the case. Every time we start playing Gollum or Neville and or Neville will start crossing your desk. They won't bother me. Like Neville only bothered me once.
Okay,
Rebel demands attention. I was doing homework earlier and she curled up like
there's a disturbance
right
in the
here,
force.
making biscuits.
Okay, so if I recall correctly, we should have myself and Bart. Well, yeah, myself and Wea driving. Atris and Walter were on top with the shotguns. That was initially, and then everyone else was inside.
I believe we just essentially reset our positions right before the game ended, so we can continue our journey.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to figure out how to talk to Adele at some point privately.
I think we just got back to the carriage.
We did, yeah. We haven't remounted up yet.
That's it.
Yeah. Like we basically just need to get the hell out of there because it's like, okay, we would like to continue on to our journey.
And pizza from here.
Ah, our sponsor, Pan.
Me.
Hashtag not an actual sponsor. We will get those hopefully later.
And Danny will write all of the commercials for them.
That's all I need. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out this logo, and I have a lot of varied ideas that look like they're going to be fun.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm front.
I'm right.
And together, you're bunt. Me too, Sean. Me too.
All right, jumping into the game. You guys know it's going to take you a bit of either very hard writing or multiple nights in order to get to where you need to go.
Well, we got 48 hours, and we only need Marshall for one more night after this.
need him
And I believe
forever.
So, question: how hard do you guys
La
plan
la.
on riding to get to your destination?
Well, how? Of course, I forget. When exactly was the date we were supposed to be meeting the person or the appointment on the card?
I believe it was the following evening of.
Yeah, so we have all of tonight, all of tomorrow during the day, and then it's tomorrow night at midnight.
All right, so we have at least 2 days. So I assume we would expedite our journey to make sure we would get there as fast as possible.
Yeah, we want time to set up and know where we are.
A little bit of scouting would be great as well.
Logic dictates that if you guys want to get there as quickly as possible, you're going to have to ride the horses hard, and all of them except for Wea's Gould horse, which you have on the team. Don't you? Right? Yes? I remember that correctly?
Yes.
Yes.
Are probably going to be worse for wear by the end of it. However, it can be done. Just the condition of the other 3 horses will be up in the air. You'll probably want to let Bartleby sleep during the night if you want him riding all through the day. You're also going to have to come up with some excuse for Marshall about why you guys are all comatose and not breathing during the day.
Well, that's to be up to Adele to stretch out our lying skills, or if she wants to tell them the truth. We're up top, so she wouldn't be able to hear me right now.
You know, there's always a frying pan, but
Ain't you the group's frying pan when it comes to convincing folks?
do we want to keep the same stacked order in the carriage as we were before?
Yes, Atrus would be resuming her position atop the carriage at her shotgun. I believe it was the right position. I'm not sure where Walter was in relation to me, but I believe we were all opposite on top.
Yeah, pretty much. Left
Okay.
and right.
So who's on top?
Myself.
Yourself and who else?
What's on second?
Strange departure from my
Walter and Atrus are
top? What's the top?
We will currently moonlight as tops.
They will mount the shotguns, and then Wea and I were driving, and everyone else was inside.
Okay. So then, Atrus, Wea, Liam, and Walter, give me perception plus alertness checks.
Shit, I have the
Well,
wrong
okay.
dice.
Yes, storyteller.
Oh, jeez. 2 1s, but 2 9s, and a 7 and a 10.
Oh my god!
Okay, that ended up being 2 successes.
No, I have an amazing first roll. I got 3 10s and a 9. Hold on 1 second.
What is it?
Just spending all your luck in one place.
Yeah, I know, right?
Perception alertness,
I
Wea.
rolled amazing if it wasn't for those 2 1s, taking out 2 of my successes.
Okay, but that 1 cancels out. Okay, so 4.
Okay.
2.
2.
So 2 of you getting it.
Please do not die before the game.
4.
Okay. So, excuse me. Whew. Note to self: I cannot breathe pizza.
Nice experiment there.
You have to do it. You have to do it while making this gesture. You know, just.
You guys, you guys are keeping a good lookout around. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to strike you as you're riding back, following the tracks.
Nice.
Except for this man coughing
Yes.
off the side of the
Right, exactly. There's just
God's
this one
puffing.
very not sneaky Semite that's riding along with you guys.
Keep suddenly appearing out of and get going invisible again.
Notice me. You know,
It's a chain smoking raven follows us.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Sean.
And luckily, since you know that where you were going was at the end of the tracks, it's a pretty easy path to follow. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're riding, or are you just trying to get there as soon as possible?
Well, I don't really want to wear my
animation.
horses out to the point where they can't make the trip back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like Walter would. I don't think we should ride so hard that we can't ride the horses back. But if we go any, if we kind of slow to a more reasonable clip and they can get some rest in the day, I think we can get there in about insert amount of time that my character with the merit merit
We're cutting your time here.
open road would know would be the distance time.
Is there a roll? Does it alter the roll at all for open road?
I believe that it's largely up to you, and to be frank with you, Sean, it's mainly open road is mainly about knowing safe routes and knowing several places that are safe to stay and avoiding being tracked and avoiding trouble on the road.
I will
more
offer
than
to
anything.
assist because Adele and I did see the full map of the train routes.
Okay.
I also have open road as a merit.
But I think
Okay.
point being, like Walter having some proficiency in safe long-term travel.
Yeah, so that way that's dangerous is going to be sitting out for watch under shotgun.
Okay. I'll say, Walter, you make the roll since you initiated this. This is going to be wits plus survival, but because you have Wea and Liam offering their knowledge, I'll say that it's only difficulty 5.
It should only be well, how long should it be? I think it should be. Oh, that's 2 10s. Hold on. Well, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
information.
6, 5. It should be 5 wits worth of time.
You know that you're going to have to ride the horses hard during the night to get you guys, because since you had to backtrack to get your weapons, you guys lost some time, and so you're going to have to ride them really hard during the night. During the day, you're not going to really be able to give them a break so much as at least slow them down a little bit, but still make continuous movement. Give me a... And you know you'll get there like right around 9 or 10 at night the following night.
And that's 2 hours before we meet
correct.
them.
Correct.
That night, yeah.
However, give me a int plus
it's not going to be many dice.
animal ken.
Oh, it is going to be many dice.
Oh man, I got that too.
Yeah, right? I mean,
I got tons of that animal kinship, dude.
Walter's going to ask Wea if he doesn't feel sure about whatever this is. I put 2 successes, 2 1s, but there's a 10. Hey, I have 1 success in total.
It's a horse.
He goes, nay.
Nay means no.
You know that the horses are going to be very tired by the time you get them there. As to their medical condition, you're not quite sure. But being a cowboy and having ridden a lot, you know that the horses are going to need to rest for a couple of days after riding them that hard to get there to your appointment on time. You know that unfortunately you can't let them like rest for a long period the way you normally would. because, well, frankly, you just don't have the time. Otherwise, you'll miss your appointment. It does, and these horses specifically haven't necessarily been trained like mining cart ponies or other horses to just ride nonstop for days on end. That is something you guys can eventually train your horses to do, or you can trade up for more horses. You do know that Wea's horse, though, is going to be fine because since it's a Gould horse, it's going to be stronger and have more endurance than your average horse.
Well,
So it sounds like the way we're going to push our horses no matter what, we're probably going to exhaust them by the time we get there, and probably limit our ability to actually escape quickly.
it's a shame, but now that you mention it, I probably won't actually get there in time unless we exhaust these fun beasts
Well,
here.
it's not
So
very ideal, but if we're going to
haste.
attempt to make it down in time, yeah, if we're going to make it down in time, then we don't have a choice. That just means that if anything goes wrong, we're going to need to find another way on foot to get out fast.
well, guess we better beat hooves then.
Okay.
You're muted.
Just checking.
Walter has a decent amount of strength and celerity. I'm pretty sure he can pull it.
God.
Walter just puts the
to go
horse on
fast
his
too?
back and starts running, kind of thing. All right, guys.
Sometimes you gotta take turns.
Adele, you're in the carriage with Bartleby and
The humans.
and Lupe and Marshall. Bartleby is out. He did a good job of guarding everything while you guys rested during the day. And after the excitement of everything, now that he thinks that there's a little bit of a reprise, he is just still sleeping with knowing a little bit of his past from what Liam has told you all, growing up on the streets and being something of a he was trained to be a criminal and a pickpocket and everything else. He is definitely sleeping with both hands on his guns just in case something goes wrong, as it usually does for this group. But like
kind of like how when I've fallen asleep in school libraries or airports, I always put my arms through my backpack.
Right.
So that no one can take my stuff.
It's one of those things of he's out, but he's ready if he needs to be. It's like he knows the Spurs and he knows how outings with the Spurs go. So
that poor man.
Lupe is also asleep. It's late. She is a younger-ish child. She has finally passed out. Marshall is sitting there kind of very much protectively watching her. He's he's added his furs that you gave him to her to try and make sure that she's doing all right. And you can see he's just very much taking it very seriously that this kid is now under his protection and seems to be very conscious of that fact. Adele, you pick up that for the first time that you've known Marshall, it seems to be the one time that his focus isn't 100% on you when you're in his presence. Yes, Walter. But you very much see that for the first time, it seems that this mission to take care of this child, this seeming innocent, seems to be his overarching focus.
Okay. Well.
Good.
I mean, I'm not sure what else to do currently.
Okay. Just checking before we move on to the next day. Anything else anyone else wants to do or say?
Not tonight.
For the moment, yeah, I think we're set. Or I'm set.
I hope they're going to be able to take care of us in the day.
Vampires, you are starting to, time goes on, hours go by. You eventually pass the shack that you know that you had borrowed from the older gentleman. You keep riding by. Eventually, Dawn's is not here, but it's approaching. And you're all very conscious of the fact of you're going to have to come up with some... Luckily, before you had the benefit of Marshall being unconscious while you all had to bed down for the dawn. You're all very conscious of the fact that when vampires rest for the day, they don't look like sleeping people. They look like dead people. Like you stop breathing, you stop moving altogether, you go extremely pale. Marshall's going to notice this. Unless you guys decide to do something, and it's very much becoming a conscious thing of you guys have about an hour to figure out what you're going to do with Marshall during the daytime hours.
I still suggest frying pan.
Either a frying pan or we need to tell him about everything.
You could just give him orders what to do.
Well, he isn't good yet, but I mean...
But I mean, at this point, I mean, we could always see if Adele's going to explain to him what it means, or if Bartleby can just tell him what's expected.
Maybe we should wait one more day of Googling before we break all the eggs.
Well, it seems clear to me that since Adele is Googling him, she would have to be the one to, well, make him in, so to speak.
We just want to make sure we're safe for this day coming.
Well, agreed. I'd rather not have the door open on us while it's in the dawn. And well, not that it would help, but I cannot, wake up too easily during the day.
Right. I don't think any of us are good at that.
Force him to ride up front with Bartleby. Tell him not to come in the carriage. And
is it just me, or is Chad very quiet?
Sorry, I'm talking very bassy, so it's hard. It doesn't pick up the volume.
It's all about that bass.
The baritone.
It doesn't pick up the mic very well. But yeah, just tell him to ride up front with Bartleby and tell him not to leave.
Yeah.
I figured he'd listen to you no matter what at that point.
By the way, Adele, I assume if you have your heightened senses on, you hear all this, but you can't really respond without, like, obviously shouting out the window of the carriage kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm just going to, at that point, turn to Marshall and tell him that for the...
I'll do it.
Well, I am.
Okay.
Turn.
Just say that, all right, so this is going to sound weird, and I promise things will all make sense in time, but for the day, I'll need you to be outside helping Bartleby. And you just need to trust me and to not come in the carriage.
Make a charisma plus expression roll, please.
Enchanting voice.
That does apply.
Reduces it by 2.
So it's difficulty 4. So basically, don't botch.
Right.
Or do either one.
No pressure.
Yes, it would just be comical if Marshall was the thing that killed us.
Oh, jeez.
Revenge for Old Man Williams.
That was my pappy.
I still feel bad about
His
that.
blood pact.
Well, you didn't actually intend
But
to
not
kill
this
him,
other
unlike
old man.
pretty much everyone
No.
else.
Right.
Fuck this other old man.
Nah,
So I got 6.
Yeah. Marshall gives you a once over, and instantly his face. Still trying to be somewhat quiet because he's trying not to wake up Lupe.
Mhm.
But brain, I can brain.
There, so.
My dear, I do promise that I understand. You want me to be outside guarding the carriage after you have had such a rough ordeal.
Yes, our group needs to just rest through the day so that we can take turns. And I promise, all the stuff that doesn't make sense, I will explain to you once things are calm.
You have nothing to explain. I understand. You need me to take charge of this expedition.
I truly do. Did you know that you are my savior and my hero? If there was not a Jesus, you would be my savior.
Ma'am, that is so
Nice.
close to blasphemy, but sounds so heavenly coming from your lips.
Wow.
I understand. After all, I did single-handedly fight off the Diamondbacks. And as such, I am the most qualified among this group to lead the protection of this carriage.
I knew that you would be the one to save us.
Walter spits off the side of the carriage.
You spend the blood to spit.
I don't even have saliva. I feel like I need some wetness to just speak. Oh,
Fine, I'll let you
I won't.
spit.
I won't spend blood though.
I'll let you spit.
It's just,
Okay.
It's just whispers, chuckles. It's just like, this guy needs to win so bad.
Yeah, you guys are kind of hearing this from the carriage because this is happening inside the carriage. You guys are outside of it.
Mhm.
Oh, I expect Waya to listen in and tell us everything.
I probably hear it sing as
Yeah.
hell. I'm not hiding it.
Wait, are you
I want
are you
every
sharing what
detail.
you hear with the group?
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Okay, so
Yay.
you
I'll divulge the drama.
Then H just continues to giggle.
He is my hero, okay?
Danny, go ahead and look at Bartleby. For Bartleby, give me a high or a low.
Low.
You're lucky. He rolled a 1. So he's able to, as he wakes up, keep from laughing out loud at this entire exchange. As he feigns, "Ugh."
Do I hear any kind of tiny little?
Is your
Yeah.
yeah, you hear the giggling at the front. You hear Waya parroting everything that's being said to the rest of the
Do
group.
I hear Bartleby stop laughing?
No, Bartleby succeeded with that role. He actually succeeded in
Okay.
keeping it
Not-
all internal.
okay. Because
But
I wanted to glare at him without eyes.
but Bartleby does wake up and he goes, well there, Captain, I think we ought to start slow these horses down and start making it topside then. You're right, Deputy. I think that would be the right thing to do right about now.
Deputy.
very much like if any of you have ever seen the Andy Griffith show, very much a Don what's his name? Don Knotts character.
Don Knotts,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he go ahead and those up top, you kind of get the idea that it's time to slow down the horses so that way that can be a changing of the guard kind of thing. As you all step down, the horses slow down. Very much, they're breathing heavy and they're rough, but you're going to push them a little bit harder. Except for Waya's horse. Waya's horse is just sitting there.
He's chilling.
What's
Good,
wrong
buddy.
with you?
Yeah, it's kind of looking at the rest of them like, eh. You know, like, and as y'all get out, Marshall gets out and, all right, y'all, I've been put in charge of this mission. I want you all to know that you all answer to me right now.
Oh,
Oh,
of course.
okay. Yes. Very good. You're doing a swell job.
Well, my hero.
Miss Barreto has agreed to join me in holy matrimony as soon as I speak to her kin. As such,
that's
I have a very vested interest in her safety,
Now,
as well as that young girl that's in there.
I do take a bit of offense to this, as I am her kin and I have been with her for some time, and my permission was never asked.
Nor will it be. I will be speaking to her parents.
Correct.
Just remember, you don't want the thunder and the lightning.
No.
Now, the way you love her is
Go to
frightening.
bed.
Anyway,
Okay.
and then he leans into you, Liam. You play nice and you'll be welcome into our home for Sunday dinner.
No, well, I do appreciate that.
And he nods. Now I need volunteers to take the first watch. He looks at Atris. Now you, my dear, are a lady. I do not expect you to have to do such things. You can rest easy.
Well, thank you, kind sir. And she's gonna try not to laugh as she walks into the carriage.
Give me a charisma plus performance roll, Atris, of how well you keep your shit together.
No. What I'm gonna do before I go in the carriage and bed down, I'm gonna hand over.
2 successes.
You're able to do it. Yes, where?
I'm gonna hand over all my weapons to Marshall. All my heaviest materials that I currently possess on my body will be in his care.
Okay. Yeah, you sit there and he sits there and takes 2 tomahawks.
A Bowie knife. He takes pretty much my entire belonging.
Okay. He's got a strength of 1. So
If you're gonna be the lookout here and you're gonna be the leader, you can go ahead and hold on to this for us.
I'm stronger than him.
Yep.
Oh, are you surprised, Joe?
You are undead.
Now, granted, even with all that stuff, it's not exactly like Weya's carrying around like 100 pounds of supplies or anything like that. So, I mean, he definitely looks awkward holding all that and suddenly looking like Rambo, but like,
Yes.
it's not buckling his weight. I mean, all in all, your gear's maybe like 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's not too heavy. I just don't want it on me when I go to bed.
Okay. Right. Fair enough. So which 2 of you are going to take the first watch?
Well, seeing as you're allowing the fine and delicate of our party to get their rest. Well, we've been on lookout all night, so someone delicate like myself should get his rest as well, don't you think? Only fair.
Now, my associate here, Mr. Bartleby, he will be actually available to you for assistance. He is a fine marksman.
I've already deputized him.
Oh, that is, I'm sure, the joy of his life.
I'm gonna shout out the window because they're all outside, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him. Now remember, I said that we all need to rest, and we will be up in the evening to take over. It'll just be you and Bartleby for a little bit.
Ma'am, it will be just the two of us out here, but inside I want people keeping watch over the innocents.
Yes, of course.
There is a Geralt, wild and free.
So who
He's not
volunteers?
helping. He is not helping right now.
Who volunteers?
I mean, isn't it about to be daytime?
In about like an hour.
Just
I mean,
humor him.
Say they're just acting. Yes.
I will
Like
stay
all
and
to begin
watch
with.
everyone for the hour we will be awake.
I do want to go in the carriage with Adele because I have a proposition for her.
No, you're all going in the carriage. He's just asking who's gonna. He's basically expecting you guys to be awake in the carriage for a little bit.
And we just got him a bullshit answer.
Fine. I'll ruin my beauty sleep for. Hey, I'm ready to watch
Right on. Well done, soldier.
from in there.
Now I have only one question for all y'all. Where are we going?
Ah, well, now see, that is a mighty fine story. We are heading to the edges here of the Indian Territory, and we're going to the Lonely Coyote.
Where's Lonely Coyote?
It is where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Maybe you'll be here for Saturday dinner. Anyone else know the name of the town or anywhere I'm looking to go?
Actually, but if you just follow the tracks here, you should actually run right into it. It is pretty much at the end of this transportation railway here.
Right. Good. All right. Well, you all get inside, and I'll take over this stagecoach here.
Don't ride them too hard in the daytime. It gets hot, or well, it's cold. You know what? Just don't ride them too hard, and we'll try to keep them moving at the night when it gets back. But we got to make good time. Just they're allowed to be a little slower than what they've been all night.
All right, deputy, let's go ahead and get this carriage a-moving. Bartleby kind of looks over at Liam.
Supposed to be a dream come true for you.
Rolls his eyes and right away, Marshall. And the two of them climb up. You guys get inside. Y'all get inside the carriage. You hear, yeah, as the horses. It's a little bit of a rough start, and the horses are. All right, so you guys got about 50 minutes or so till dawn.
Adele.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be totally dependent on if you would like to do this now or later. I do have those three parchments of sending. I could at least pen a message to Lord Pembroke and see if our Shimisi ally could meet us at the Lonely Coyote.
That would be helpful.
But this way we get the message to them before we bed down.
How will we send it from here?
Oh, the parchment. It immediately magic
right.
sends.
Forgot about that part.
Didn't that thing send a message to him, but not back to us?
It just says that I think it's a one-way message actually. It just takes some vitae to activate.
Well, sure. Let's try.
May I borrow the tip of your blade, my dear?
Stab it, stab.
And I just like, do I have to use vitae to open it or just to write it?
It's to write it.
Oh, okay.
Write a message.
Your diary.
So what do you write and who do you address it to?
Well, because as far as I know, it's to Lord Pembroke directly.
Correct.
Let's see. Dear Lord Pembroke, reporting on a successful mission regarding the railroad company adversaries of yours. Cargo has been destroyed. We have met a bit of a hiccup and require the assistance of our Shimasi ally. If you would not mind having her meet us in the edge of Indian Territory, Oklahoma, Providence, at a location called the Lonely Coyote.
Okay. You wait a second as the message the letters start to glow on it. And the red vitae starts to shimmer a little bit as the entire message evaporates into a red mist and disappears in your hands.
Oh.
That's spooky.
Nice red glow.
Does that mean it worked? Adele is asking.
I believe so. It poofed.
Oh, well, if it poofed.
If it didn't poof, I'd be more worried, I guess.
You get that email message, it pops back. Doom. Sorry, sender not found at this.
It rematerializes back in your hand.
Was it
Nope.
sender at mailer David?
Right.
Sender not found. You do not have mail.
We're gonna they can't meet us near the carriage. We don't necessarily want them to see, everything that we have in here.
No, definitely not. But I'm sure that there's somewhere that's at that establishment where we can board the carriage and horses and possibly get some rooms.
Also, by that point, wouldn't you be able to feed your friend your blood for the third night and complete your process?
Correct.
So then we'll be able to direct him to accompany our young friend and have him protect her from that point on, and we will be able to separate.
Though we will have to make sure that Lupe is not seen by our friend's general whatsoever, since the cargo should have been destroyed.
That's what I was trying to
Considering you-
say.
Hopefully they'll be gone by then.
Well, yes, we'd want Marshall to take her as quickly as possible. We don't need him going into the Lonely Coyote.
No, he should not be following us then.
Right.
Sounds good. Are you confident you're not gonna go poking around in here and in a way that's gonna matter? Walter's looking straight at Adele.
Who is blind?
You feel Walter's voice pointed at you.
It has some weight to it.
Smells like cigar smoke, even though he hasn't smoked in 40 years.
More cigar smoke, bourbon, and leather.
I honestly don't know. I can only hope.
Well, I'm absolutely certain Bartleby will make sure that we're fine. And I'm presuming that Sonoy might be a little bit less inclined to let Marshall pass.
I cannot believe between your guru and his and Sonoy that we would be any danger from Marshall. I doubt he'll be able to take on the two of them.
Should we
Sure,
have
Weya's is gonna help too. Your horse will help too, right? He'll keep Marshall out of here too. We're in safe hands.
Yeah.
Being
I
stopped
think-
by a horse.
Oh,
This is just a funny
it's
night.
beautiful.
Sometimes the horse says, "Whoa."
oh lordy.
Soon I'm gonna be the only one here's not got a follower of some kind. I'm starting to feel left out.
Would you like us to
I
pick
mean, I
something
don't
out
have a
for you?
follower either.
You're more charming than
I mean,
but
Yeah,
you're,
it's not so bad being a lone wolf.
maybe you and I will rock paper scissors and figure out who follows the other, and then no one's left out.
Oh my God, that's
Sure,
so
we'll-
precious.
We'll take turns being each other's. Oh geez, I can't even fake being the gold. I'm sorry. I'm not faking being your gold, but we'll be alone together. It'll be fine, Walter.
All right, I'll think about it some more.
Okay.
Atreus, this is not the first time a man has bargained with you of who gets to be the leader and the follower.
Oh yes. This is standard practice.
So Dawn quickly approaches as you all start to feel the unconsciousness take you over. You all slip into unconsciousness as death retakes you. You all regain a willpower point if any of you are down willpower.
Yay!
Yay.
Weya, you have a roll to make. And he disappeared altogether.
Oh, nice. I rolled a 1, sir.
Oh, one
Oh.
success or one botch?
No, it's a botch.
Oh.
Oh, yes. For the story.
Okay, so you don't get that willpower back. You regain none of your willpower.
Okay. I have a -1 to everything.
You have a -1 to everything for the day or the night.
Ooh.
Oh.
This means I won't be talking.
Mr. Grumpy Gills.
The unrestfulness takes you. As dreams start to seep in. And you know what this means as you mentally brace yourself for what you're about to see. A familiar scene. You seeing the camp of cavalry soldiers and your people held prisoner. Newly embraced, you still see yourself as the champion, the hero of legends that is coming to liberate your people. Your assault begins. You start tearing through the cavalrymen one by one. But their bullets and the flashes and the campfire, one of the tents catches fire, and between the rage and the fear, your bestial nature comes in. And for the first time, you're watching yourself outside of yourself. eyes glow red, fangs bared. The beast takes over. As you have to get away, the fear is there. You're both feeling what's happening and seeing what's happening from a third person. You are tearing through people as suddenly your own people who somewhat recognize you. Where as you tear through person after person getting through. And then you see her, your mother. My child, what have they done to you? My child, what's wrong? As suddenly claws extended, there's a red mist as your claws rake across her face and throat. And you keep running. The vision starts to shift. It's a familiar scene. The grove of the Wendigo. A heavy fog starts to roll into the sunken grove. You hear a growling as two yellow eyes appear through the mist. And you hear a voice. You're so close. You're almost there, Wea. Let me out. You know it's better. This pain you're feeling, I can show you a different way. A better way. You still try to cling to what you were instead of embracing what you are. You know I'm your future. I'm your present. I've always been there. Come to me. Let me show you the way. What do you do?
I didn't think there was going to be an option in this. I mean,
Is he still watching himself in third person?
yeah.
At this point, you've gone back to first person.
Trying to help, blood brother.
Yeah, I'm like, it's always so unnerving when you're the center of it all. I think I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm not gonna move forward towards the thing. I'm just gonna like sit there, stand there and stare at it.
Coward. You claim to be a predator, but you still act like prey. Very well. I will continue the hunt. But no. You can either come to my pack willingly or fall to my fangs. And the rest of the evening is just a myriad of all your greatest failures, from running from your people to try and save yourself in order to tell yourself that you're coming back to save them, from the dozens of people that you've killed since being a vampire every time that the beast has taken over and you've lost control, feeding that one criminal to Sonoy, letting Liam potentially fall to his doom, just the fact and the moment of the chameleon turning into your mother and it not phasing you and you being focused on the kill, and you become staunchly aware of how little it affected you, and that alone, the lack of effect it had affects you more. But still in the distance, you hear drums. Very faint now. And a familiar howl. One you heard the night you were embraced. And that's the last thing you remember. So, you all come to consciousness. Spend a blood to wake up. Liam, you have your fancy pocket watch back, so you can look at the time, and it's about 7 o'clock at night.
7 p.m. Really? We woke up late.
Not really.
It's winter.
It's like it's winter in Texas.
Shouldn't it be earlier?
Okay, 6 o'clock.
Usually sunsets like yeah.
We're about to science everything. Okay, fine. 6 is fine. 6 is fine. Well.
I rolled, damn it. 6 o'clock.
It looks like we have about 6 hours to our meeting.
They will
Good, lots
get
of
there
time.
in like 3 or 4.
Are we there yet? Are we
The
there
horses
yet?
kept
Are we there
going.
yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Is the carriage moving?
Yep.
That's
At
a good
decent
sign.
pace or like at an overly aggressive pace?
Baby.
I'm sorry, I didn't get this in.
Is baby.
Is it moving at a decent pace, Sean, or like a highly aggressive pace?
Fairly aggressive pace.
I thought you were talking about the cat's aggressive face for a second. And I was like, I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Wi-Fi
I'm
is
sorry.
baby.
Every so often, you guys hit a rock or an uneven, because this isn't a paved road.
Walter, I don't think he's following instructions all too well.
Hey, we have to make some miles. It's all right.
All he had to do was drive straight.
So we're all,
I hope he.
no one's missing anything. We're all good.
Well, everything's good here.
Do I see Lupe?
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Doing
hear
all
Marshall?
right?
Do I hear Marshall?
Are you turning on your ears?
Yeah.
So, answering one question at a time, Lupe is there. She's very much awake, staring at all of you.
Yeah, Walter's looking at her. You doing all right?
I'm on a carriage going somewhere. I guess so.
So far, safe, not locked in a barrel. Got to make sure that they get to eat. Did you get to eat?
No.
They wouldn't have been able to open the carriage, so she's probably quite hungry at this point.
Well, I
Shit.
mean, Mr. Bartleby gave me something a little while ago.
All right, that's something.
What's that human thing? Potty. Do you have to go potty? I'm gonna open up
Hey, you've been
the
real
door of the
good.
carriage. It's like, we need to make a stop.
And so that's how I saved the other town from those rascals.
Oh, he's really tooting his own horn, isn't he?
I'm just gonna kind of do like a very light whisper of a summon to Bartleby, just to like let him know that we're awake.
Yes, that's very interesting. I think we need to stop for. Oh, right. I'll tell you the rest later. As the carriage comes to a stop.
Oh,
Ugh.
Jesus. Okay. Your future goal is not a great driver, is he?
He has other skills.
Well, I guess we'll find
Name
out. Shall we?
one.
Quickly.
I mean, you.
He can read.
All right, now
Oh,
you look
no.
now.
That's a low
I'm
blow.
a-
Yeah,
It's better than I can do currently. I threw
You know
myself
what?
under that bus equally.
You know that what?
That extended carriage.
Under that
that carries
carriage?
small children to.
You but
Yeah,
you're not
whatever.
under the carriage. You're right. You're right here.
Yes, I am, Walter. Yes, I am.
Anyway, we should be out there. Walter
Yes.
files out of
I
the
think you need some
carriage.
time with your your fiance, and agency is gonna go back on
Liam,
top.
give me a perception plus well, just a perception roll. Just perception.
I'm not great at these. 2 successes.
There's a scroll that was not there before laying in your lap.
Mm. Oh. Well, I open it.
Also in a red ink, you see a very nice handwriting. Very glad to hear that this current venture has been a success for all those involved. Sorry to hear about your predicament. Our esteemed colleague Rebecca can come to you within a week's time, as she will need to acquire transportation.
They can't
For the
all.
week. Feels like you should have just had maybe meet us back at the homestead.
Yeah, I was hoping it was be much faster.
I guess the question should be: are you reading this out loud?
Well, everyone kind of got out of the carriage, didn't they?
Maybe Walter doesn't file out of the carriage if you like make a show of finding it.
Yeah, same.
Also, should you ever find our wayward Miss Elizabeth again, please inform her that I have procured the blueprints in which she has so adamantly requested.
Dude, we
For
need to
months
put
of
it,
asking.
put it on top of the carriage. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, what blueprints are we talking about?
Oh, it'll make quicker injuries.
Further,
It's a
P.S.
long story.
It's a Swiss cheese maker. Makes it out of humans.
Ooh,
Hold on, there's a personal sign off.
When you wish to address our canine issue, I will send our associate Asmodeus to you, who you may find invaluable and his demeanor amusing. Sincerely, and then just signed
EB&J.
no. Holy shit, I'm blanking on a very fancy P on there.
You're so pretty. You were so pretty.
Sorry, I on the paper. And as soon as you finish reading it, the thing turns into red mist.
Well, at least it didn't yell at us.
You know, I'm so happy that I don't have to breathe anymore because I don't think it would be healthy.
Walter glances down at Lupe at that comment.
Well, it sounds like what happened
sir,
to you with you blind for at least a week.
Yeah, well, I'm going to explain this. Yes, no. It appears our friend won't be able to meet us right away, so Adele's going to be stuck like this for the better part of a week.
What's a week to us?
I think it's 7
I mean,
days.
you'll have.
That's what I heard too. It's about 7 days.
Yes.
Usually a small child comes out of a well dripping wet. There's a whole thing that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Not very intricate.
Oh, but at least we know that they work. And we won't have to worry about Lupe and Marshall being seen by Rebecca while we're there.
True.
Indeed. I still suggest we figure out how to put distance between us and them as soon as possible, as safely as possible, of course.
I'm not sure I want to be seen by Rebecca either.
You don't miss
Hmm.
her?
She and I had some great moments together, but maybe enough moments for a while. Maybe I could I'll play nice. I'll play nice for the group. We should get out and change shifts. Walter opens
You
the
all
door and
have-
just steps out.
I sounds like you guys have history with a lot of our associate generals or lieutenant. I don't even know how to address his underlings, because they're probably not underlings.
I believe they're his generals.
Generals.
I
It do seem to be a lot.
walk outside and I grab my equipment from Marshall, who was
He is
Forming
standing
the
there
flag.
on one knee with a bunch of weeds that have flowers on them. No, not you, not you.
Why,
Oh,
Marshall,
they
you
just-
should
Why-
have.
Why, Inspector?
Dell, control your dog.
Walter takes his hat and holds it to his heart and fans his beard and mustache a little bit. And then
Come on,
puts
I'm waiting for Miss Berto.
Connor walks by
It's,
to the horses.
Adele, it seems that
It
you're
just
being
wouldn't-
expected outside. Would you like me to help escort you off the carriage?
Yes, please.
And I take her hand and I help lead her down.
Now, Miss Barito, I know that you cannot see what I am doing right now with my person.
It's
So I
really
shall
funny.
describe it to you. I am here on one knee with these flowers that I found. As you hear Bartleby from on top of the carriage, that he insisted we stopped for.
And I'm sure they are lovely.
But not one of them is as lovely as you.
I just heard of this in books.
However,
Walks
could
up
I
and-
thank you?
He walks up and he places them in your hands.
Why, thank you, my darling.
You are most welcome.
How was the day?
Uneventful. I kept everything safe and secure.
Good. I knew you could.
Lupe gets out of the carriage too and quickly goes and hides behind a sage bush. Because human.
Because human.
There's annoying human things.
If this were the Oregon Trail, I just imagine Lupe dies of dysentery.
This isn't not those same conditions.
Right.
I mean, if we were all human,
Lupe was bit by a rattlesnake.
The meat has spoiled.
Walter scans the area for rats. Yeah.
All right, so it's early in the evening, and up ahead, a couple miles off.
Real quick question. Because I got
Yes.
animalism and I haven't had a chance to read that. That's not the summoning of animals, right? That's just like Wea's claws and stuff.
No, actually,
No, it's
stuff is
definitely
already-
summoning of animals.
Animalism is being able to speak, summon, and command animals.
Oh, okay. So can I start just listening in? Like I'm not gonna try and summon anything yet because I don't know how. I'm just start listening in.
To the horses.
Just whatever animals I can kind of pick up with my ears if I just kind of quiet myself.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception plus animal ken roll.
I'll have 2 in that. Go me.
Also, the Oregon Trail was about the 1830s. In fact,
So
Quite some
level,
time ago.
Sorry,
level
happened.
1 animalism allows you to command and speak with other animals.
Either way, I got a big fat 0.
Okay. You're trying to flex your newfound powers, and without the right kind of training, you don't hear shit.
Sounds like night.
Back to relying on their eyes, of course.
So a little bit of ways away, you guys see lights of a decent sized town. Nothing huge, but you see where the end of the tracks lead, and there's a small town that looks like it's been, good for a train stop area. Any place that has a train going through it is usually pretty well built up. So nothing huge, but a decent sized settlement.
I'm going to take Atris to the side for just a second.
Okay.
My dear, may I speak to you for just a moment?
Yes, of course.
Now, I understand that your clan, much like mine, has a very specific limitation when it comes to imbibing of blood. But
Indeed.
I was hoping to make you an offer.
Oh,
Well, we do
Go
have
on.
these vials of vitae that help heal. And I understand you're in need of some fortitude.
I am indeed.
So I'd be more than
Something
happy
else.
to offer you some of my vitae, and then we can just take care of that right away.
Oh, it's I know it will not hurt. I mean, it will hurt, but it will be healed. Atris is showing a little apprehension because she just knows in the general consuming blood is just she knows this has been a no in general. So she's considering it, but of course she's outwardly showing a little bit of.
Well, you know me well enough to know that my offer is not necessarily entirely selfless. You know what I did.
Of course,
and you know what kind of abilities the Nos have, and obfuscation is something that I would greatly appreciate having a tutor in.
Well, you will get no complaints from me there. I will definitely assist you in that venture.
My
And
thanks.
that I will heavily consider your proposal. I am definitely not outright rejecting the consumption of blood, but it's a hump I will need to get over. But I will definitely help you with your newfound ability. And if you wish to, I'm not sure if you're willing to talk about what I think happened on the train. I think I'm the only one so far, but we can. If you don't want to wish to discuss it, then we don't have to discuss it. But I will at least help you with your new ability.
No, I'm hardly shy, although I think outside of our group, it's best if we keep it to ourselves.
I admit I am a bit envious. That's another reason why I'm not outwardly denying this. That of course, it's not every day I encounter someone who can do something that I've never been able to think I can do anywhere close to my own life.
Well, the offer's there if you need it, but thank you. I appreciate you be a willing teacher in my aspects.
Yes, of course.
And I walk away.
We go back to rejoin the group.
Okay. So you see the town up ahead. What are y'all gonna do?
Lupe, are you done?
You look down and she's standing right next to you.
My God, don't do that.
Lo siento.
Oh, my dear, do you know why these men were after you?
No.
It's because you're special. Not the same way that we are, but special. And we are going to do everything we can to make sure that you get back to where you are safe. I'm sorry it's taking so long.
Can I go home now?
You see the lights over there?
Yes.
There's a little town there. And the inspector here, we're hoping to get a horse and a small carriage, and he will be taking you back to where you need to go.
He's funny.
That's a word for it.
Glad you think so. That'll be important in the long ride back to wherever you're going.
But
At least you won't be bored.
you see Miss Adele here. She has a very, very strong connection to that funny man. And if you should ever need help, just try and use that special part of yourself and call her from afar. Does that make sense? Good. Now, we should be going. Any other business?
I mean, did Adele need a little time with Marshall before we depart?
I do need just a moment.
So
Oh,
says the
kitty.
kitty.
Well, say no more.
I'm
Is
just
it
gonna
thundering
help,
over there?
I'm gonna help Walter collect whatever rats or anything.
No, Walter's actually inspecting the horses and just there and making sure Lupe's like cared
Okay.
for.
If you're expecting the horses, give me a perception plus animal kin, Walter.
All right.
It is coming
Ooh, that's
down
nice.
here right now, the rain.
Yeah, we got hit by the storm
Yeah,
for a second. And
Like you can
literally
I don't
only
even know how
some
well you can see
seconds.
the water drops on the windows here.
It's dripping.
It was raining a
10
bit earlier.
A 10 begat me a 1, but I got 3 in total.
Okay. Waya's horse looks fine. The other 3 though are even in the cold, sweating profusely, breathing heavily, and one of them actually has a little bit of blood that's coming out of one of the nostrils.
Oh hell. These animals ain't gonna make it much further, so we better get them there and get them to rest.
Oh, okay then. Agreed.
If we're in a hurry, we might need to, like after all this, we might need to just trade them or something.
Find some new horses. Yeah, that's probably a very good idea.
Yeah, we'll buy new horses when we get there.
All right. Well, looks like not too far left to get there.
And
Shall we?
that Aegis will resume her position up top.
Yep. Let's continue.
Adele, are you doing anything?
I'm gonna give Inspector Marshall a very passionate kiss in which I bite my tongue. Literally.
Okay. He is taken aback by the kiss, not expecting it. My dear, here in public, I just, and you see his eyes dial. Well, you don't see shit.
Everyone else sees.
You are in the carriage alone, are you not?
Yeah, none of us have gone back in.
Yeah, Aegis went back up top.
I mean, he was out of the carriage because he was.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I mean,
So
if we're
just
looking
in
down,
front
then
of
sure.
Kane and everyone.
Yep.
Woo-hoo!
You feel him tense up. And you hear him audibly, oh, well, whew, that was a kiss. Whew, that was, whew, excuse me, my dear, I feel tingly.
Are you upset about it?
Can't say that I am, ma'am.
Cats are grumpy. Well, I'm glad.
Whew. Well, they say behind every strong man is a stronger woman, and I plumb reckon I agree.
Now,
Audio.
after we take care of some stuff, we're gonna need you to take this little girl back to her family. Can you do that for me?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to do that for you.
Good.
Funny enough, Adele, you don't notice much of a difference between blood enslaved Marshall and head over heels. So you may now add a 1 dot in retainer.
You've just doubled Inspector Marshall's strength with one kiss. From 1 to effectively 2.
And I will come up with a character sheet that you will have in your binder for a Gould Inspector Marshall.
And I'm just gonna kind of look over at Bartleby going, how come you don't talk to me like that anymore? I'm just kidding.
Oh, you don't actually say that? I'm disappointed.
No, I actually follow it up immediately with I'm just kidding. Please don't.
I feel like it would be more like, dear God, please don't.
Wishmaster. So Adele, you will have the character sheet for Inspector Marshall.
Good. I feel like I have one vampire.
Well, Walter turns to Bartleby and like nudges him and goes, "Do you have to bring him flowers?"
Not in a very long time.
Guess I don't know what answer I expected.
To be fair, the last thing he brought us was that horse full of all those supplies at the mines.
So far, I haven't been disappointed in any Bartleby's gift.
To be fair, my master has me have a different skill set. However, there are nights in which he wishes to feel pretty.
Don't we all?
See, mentally, I'm having an image of that scene in Stardust and the pirate ship.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Dun, 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 dun.
Adele, you are aware that as of right now, Marshall has no idea what has happened to him,
Right.
Nor what he is.
Right.
You know, you can get away with not telling him depending on his intelligence level forever, as long as you keep feeding him at least once a year. However, he'll eventually start to catch on when both you and he never age. You can blame it all on good genes for only so long. So
I'm French.
I mean, he's not that bright.
He doesn't know what his stat sheet is yet.
Oh my, I cannot wait for the pitter-patter of little feet.
Yes.
Yes.
Certainly.
I met him in his Witchfinder days, Sean, so I have some guesses.
So, do you guys decide to mount back up and get going to the town?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to get a move on.
So you all start approaching. As you do, everyone give me a perception plus alertness roll. Everybody.
Oh.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Including the invisible Wea.
1,
Ooh, 5.
So one success for me.
5, 2, 1,
6.
6.
Ooh. 4.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, now roll a 3.
Adele, you hear and smell it. Walter and Wea, you hear it as and see it as you are riding, and you're just outside. You're about a mile outside of town. You see what the makings of a very large horse ranch.
All
And-
right.
And you see about, just from the glance, there's a good 40 plus horses. And you hear someone, yeah, break them in, come on. And as you see one person off to the side trying to break in what looks like a Bronco.
Walter's gonna open up his nose too. It smell pretty normal and horsey.
It does smell horsey.
Awesome. Well, guess we came to the right place. This will be easy to get what we need on the way back.
Oh, indeed.
Well,
I guess I'm whispering that over to I'm saying that over to Atris
And
because I'm
you
on top.
see a sign that's pointing towards there saying the Lucky Horseshoe Ranch.
should we stop
Taking
here
title indeed.
first, or should we keep going? Sorry. Does it look far from the ranch into the rest of the town?
It's about a mile out. So not far.
Is it like 7, Sean? Did we just ride real hard and get here early?
Yep.
Cause like we got some time. We probably got little time to get the horses, but I don't know how much time we need to kind of get a lay of the area we're going to for the meeting, but it's pretty early. We could just saddle up some new horses here, maybe.
No,
we can definitely see.
Excuse me, sir. Pardon me.
You guys decide to pull into the you got to pull off the road and go, because it's not right on the tracks. You're gonna have to take the carriage to the ranch.
Yeah, sure.
The dude who's trying to like break this Bronco, does it look like he's doing like he knows what he's doing to Walter?
Perception plus animal ken.
Mhm.
This is fun. 3.
As a matter of fact, he looks like he has done this 100 times before. This guy actually looks like he is very well accomplished with what he is doing. However, for 3 successes, I'm going to send you a little something.
Ooh.
Oh my. Oh my.
Brown Bronco. Yeah, no, I can't get anything out of that.
You tried.
I did, and it fell apart at the end.
It didn't work.
Oh.
I'm funny, but looks aren't everything.
Oh, my friend that one time, I'm like, oh, I feel terrible. He's like, yeah, but looks aren't important. Like, this is why we're friends.
Yeah, that's what you pick up, Walter.
Ooh, Walter has impressed face. That reminds me, I should change my name.
To impress. You know what? I'll ask you later. Walter actually kind of whistles a little bit, just quietly, but you hear it. Yeah, I think we should pick up some of these.
Oh, all right then. Oh, excuse me there, sir. Hello.
I'm a little busy at the moment, as he's sitting there riding this Bronco.
That is perfectly fine. We'll be here once you are finished.
Yeah, I bet.
The horse is kicking and sputtering, and after about a good 10 minutes, the horse starts to calm down. And he's like, yeah, that's what I thought. And slowly leads it over, gets off. It's a younger guy, hair in blonde hair, pulled back into a ponytail in the back. Goatee and mustache in the front. Has all the proper attire of a cowboy, and he comes up. How you folks all doing? Gotta say, don't see a whole lot of people coming in on anything other than the train. How can I help y'all?
Yeah, we like making our own trail, but well, you can see right here, our horses ain't gonna make it much further, and we couldn't help but notice that y'all have a what seems to be a good ranch going here, and we might need to ask if you got some horses that you're willing to sell or trade or what have you.
You're gonna want to speak to the boss. He's over in the main house.
Walter's like saying this, and I hop off the roof of this thing and just land on the ground and walk over and offer my hand. Walter, by the way, what's your name?
Name's Mitch.
Mitch, I'm looking around and where is Way
Where
On
is
top
Whale?
of the carriage.
Are you sorry, what?
On top of the carriage.
Oh, you were on top?
He's,
Oh.
he's in the driver's seat with me.
I was probably in the
Oh, oh.
driver's seat. Yeah.
Yeah, in the front.
Walter turns to Way and goes, I think we got a little bit of an interest in what you got out here, Mitch. He says that basically at Wea, and gauges Wea's response.
Yeah, I'll get down and walk over to Walter.
Well, like I said, you're gonna want to talk to the main boss, Joe. He's inside the main house, but I can go get him for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, tell Joe you got some interested folks out here. Walter pulls out his wallet thing and hands Mitch $2 just flat out, just hands it to him.
He gives you a nod, pockets it, takes a once over at your horses and goes, interesting, and walks back. Now, what you're seeing is there's this main open, you see three different, it's kind of, it's three different circular corrals that they're using to break in different horses in. And these are large corrals. We're talking about like 50 feet across, these are large ones. You see a little bit ways away, a very nice, very well designed house that you get as the main homestead part of this. And you see some lights on, you see the oil carriage lights on the outside of the house. You see a barn, and then you see what you can only tell to be covered stables, and there's three of them. And you actually see a couple other hands working a couple other horses in the two other corrals other than this one right here. Mitch goes and he hands off the reins of the horse he was working to another gentleman as he says something to him and then goes walking towards the house.
So Walter like kind of does like a whole body nudge into Wea. It's like, these horses are something. I don't think I've seen something like this in a ranch most anywhere I ever looked.
Since I've seen something this large.
Oh man, check out the horses.
I'll give a keen eye.
Perception plus animal ken, Whale.
Oh yes, I'm amazing at these things.
Liam is just going to kind of start getting himself mentally ready to meet the owner as
Okay.
this is about to happen.
Mr. Dale, are we taking a stop?
Well, yes, we hurried here just so quickly that we need to see about getting some new horses.
Right, you are. I think as I am the head of this group, I should do all the talking.
Well, perhaps
Oh,
just wait a moment.
Does he
And-
have money?
Yeah.
Let's just wait a moment. Yes.
Almost instantly, he goes, yes, I think that would be best.
Good.
That's a
Oh.
7 on the perception check, by the way.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Remind me again, where or that's the only one there.
There's only one, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got
Only
one,
one of me.
one unified unit today.
Did you get a different webcam? Did you get a new webcam?
No, I fixed the problem that was really, really simple that I can't believe I didn't look at before.
I
Uh
can't believe it's
I
not
feel
better.
like I feel like a complete idiot, but the cable is only like 1.5 feet, and I need a much longer cable, so I'm gonna go to the Best Buy and get a longer cable.
oh.
That's why the perspective is so weird, because it's like it's janky how I have it set up.
At least you're in landscape this time, not portrait.
I might have a cable.
Well, this is an actual webcam compared to
All right, where you got your whisper.
Yes, I know, sweetie.
These horses might be something you don't see every day. Definitely unique.
I sure don't see them every day.
You don't see them any day right now.
Ha ha.
That was the joke. Thank you.
Yes, sorry.
No, she meant that playfully.
Yeah, they look.
Walter laughs at Wea's joke.
Jesus
Gross.
Christ, she's so needy.
But yeah, they look like they could be a bit more too. We're definitely gonna have to don't let your guard down around here. Things seem a little not normal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Liam, you catching that?
Did Liam catch any of that?
Well, I was talking to Walter. Because
We're standing next to the carriage, so
Okay,
I'm not actually sure where you are.
Liam and Chris and Adele, you've heard everything that's being said.
Don't let your guard down.
No, that's good.
This looks good, but there's
Atris
something
will
wrong
just
here.
catch up and she'll say, just let me know if you need, some silence, and she'll just stay up top because, we're obviously not at our final destination yet.
Yeah, I don't know quite what we're dealing with. I just know that these are something special, and probably takes someone special to make this happen.
Indeed, someone very talented or someone with abilities.
No, where will we find someone like that?
These days, everywhere we look.
Apparently.
Mm.
Hop on a train.
About 5 minutes go by, and you see Mitch return with a gentleman that seems to be middle aged. You see the salt and pepper, very long beard that he has braided down the front, and long hair that's then put into a braided ponytail in the back. Dark skin, a little bit of wrinkles around, and wearing very nice clothing, but like rancher nice. He's got clean denims on, clean boots with silver tips on the toe, a nice bolo tie with the turquoise stone in the center of it, a nice coat as he comes out, and a nice 10-gallon hat that he's wearing, all in tan kind of color, but clean, and blues and tans as his colors. And he comes out and goes, "Ah, my friends, welcome, welcome to the lucky the lucky Horseshoe Ranch."
Ah, well, you must be Joseph. Hello. My name is Liam Christopher Duquesne. We are hoping to do a bit of business with y'all.
That is what I am here for, my friends. Please, please come in. Please come see. What is it that I can help you with?
Well, we just have one of two options that we're really looking into. The horses that we have here, at least one of them we are most prized with, so we won't be parting with that. But our horses have been run a bit ragged recently due to an express need to get to this area. We're hoping to either rest up the ones that we should, or if need be, just purchase new horses and leave these behind. But we will be needing one additional horse, just because some of our party members are going to part ways with us.
I see, my friends. Well, may I have a look at your horses?
Oh, absolutely.
He looks, oh, poor beasts, poor creatures, as he's looking them up and down. And he spends an awful lot of time looking at Wea's horse.
That is the one that we are not interested in parting with.
Can I, while he looks over my horse, can I keep an eye on him and kind of like determine or try to figure out what he's thinking about, or just like read his posture?
That would be a perception plus empathy roll.
I would like to read his aura.
Okay.
Give me a second. I could have plugged the computer in.
That is 4.
Being invaded by 2 kitties.
Hard to tell what he's thinking, but he's definitely giving, while the other horses he kind of gave the cursory glance and kind of did a quick check. Your horse where he's giving a thorough inspection to.
Does it seem like he's seen the horse before?
More like he's aware that it's very different than the others, especially in the level of exhaustion that the others have, and this one seems fine. And he seems much like in modern age, how classic car guys recognize the work of other classic car guys.
Yeah.
There's that level of appreciation that he seems to be looking over someone else's work.
Cool.
Very excited.
And Adele, you wanted to do your aura perception?
Yeah, now that there's not 2 cats burying me.
Roll the number of cats that you need in order to make this roll.
Roll the cats.
How many beans?
Yes, Toby, I know.
No, you don't. It's hard being up here.
Oh. Okay, Tobias, down. Thank you. All right. So difficulty 8.
Yep. Read the orders.
We must consult the bones.
Hey, not bad. I didn't get any 1s, and I got 2 10s. Ooh, hold up. Cool. I got 5.
Wow. Okay.
I got 3 10s that I kept getting to roll.
Sweet. Okay. Let's see. You search out with your eyes. Haha. Your inner eyes.
Your eyes.
My soul eyes.
Stretch out those retinas.
First off, his aura is very pale.
Sorry, I need to pull that open in the window. I forgot to pull it open. But okay.
So just make notes. Pale, light blue, light green,
Light blue, light green.
violet,
Okay.
and vermilion.
Yeah, vermilion. Yeah, the fancy words.
The cute.
All right, hold on. Let me. Well, this takes forever to load. Look it up. It's loading.
So as Adele is concentrating in this guy's general direction, you have mentioned a couple of things. You have talked about resting the horses you have. You've talked about purchasing new ones. Which are you more interested in? The price is different depending on what you wish to do.
Well, of course, I would presume that. We have need to be in town for the evening. So I would presume that resting of our horses would be the least expensive, although we still will need to purchase at least one additional one. One that could make a rather strenuous journey with an adult and a young one.
How rigorous will you be riding this horse?
By no means to the point of exhaustion that these poor creatures have endured. We just had a time constraint on our end.
And tell me, is this one, and he points to Wea's horse, is this one available for trade?
Oh, I'm afraid not. That is a personal companion here to my rather tall friend.
Even if I offer an upgrade?
Oh, that is not a conversation for me to be had. I can only say no, but if you'd like to speak to him regarding that transaction, that's all on you.
My tall friend, would you be interested in perhaps something more your style?
What would be my style?
Appaloosa, Appaloosa.
He looks over and he gives a whistle, and a woman appears. Not appears, but walks up.
Can she be ridden?
I was gonna make that joke.
She is sandy blonde hair that has been done in double braids. Also wearing flannels and denim. Looks to be about, I would say, late 20s-ish as far as age goes. A decent looking woman, but definitely one who seems familiar around the ranch. Very bright blue eyes. And my dear, please, would you? And she looks at each one of you and the carriage for about a couple minutes each and starts whispering in his ear.
With my improved hearing, can I try and eavesdrop on what she's saying?
Sure.
Yeah, and my hearing is also on.
Sure. Adele and Wea can try and make a perception plus alertness roll. The normal difficulty would be 8, but go ahead and make whatever adjustments your abilities allow.
Like, this doesn't be ominous at all.
4.
4 successes. Cool.
Yeah, rolled very well despite 2 1s.
Ooh, hold up. Yeah, despite getting a 1, I still. Yeah, 6.
Okay. You both hear quite clearly, almost as if the person was whispering in your ear. These in front of us are kind. However, the ones on the carriage, one is a ghoul, the other, they both are ghouls. And the third, I don't know what she is. She's interesting.
Oh, boy.
Thank you. And a smile curls across his face, and he goes, please, come with me to the stables. We can make a deal. Please, come. You are safe here.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Walter's staring at this guy just a little during this. And as he says that, Sean, can you tell me if his accent sounds to Walter like, say, some Bara Hakim folks accent? Or if his skin looks a lot like some other Bara Hakim skin?
They wear people as skins on the bar, Hakeem.
You just said dark skin. I wasn't sure which way.
Wits plus
Like the only thing that would, I mean, H is not there, but H doesn't know that what dark skin means. Just means you're old.
Yeah.
Way
They're not sure. If
just
Walter
make the
knows
wits
that,
roll,
so.
Walter.
I will do that.
Wea is gonna walk to his horse
Like,
to
what-
like grab
what-
something
what
from
is-
the saddlebag.
Like, what is Walter's knowledge of the Hakim?
Ooh.
Oh wait.
We just keep rolling tens. That's 5 somehow on 4 dice.
Not exactly the Badr Hakim, but he definitely seems to be not from around these parts. He definitely seems. You've heard some people from certain parts of. At 5 successes, I'll say you've run into a couple of people from Eastern Europe, and he seems to be a little bit more from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Across the pond,
Yep,
but not Arabic.
correct. Whale, what were you doing? You were going up to your horse and doing what?
So what I would like to do is turn around and make like walk towards my horse,
Mm-hmm.
like to try and get something out of the saddlebags. But I don't, and this is junky because I don't know who's where. But when I walk by whoever of the Spurs I walk by, on my way to my horse, I'm gonna make very strong eye contact with them, and
Okay.
I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm just gonna make very, very strong eye contact with them, including Walter.
I'll say you're walking by all of them. You're able to give everyone other than Adele very strong eye contact.
I will look them in the eyes and give them a slow nod while keeping eye contact as I move to my horse. I'll make it look like I'm shifting some things around and like that I'm putting some useless stuff in there. And then when I walk back, I'm gonna pat both Liam and Walter on the back.
Okay.
Give them a nod while I walk back to the group and the guy trying to sell me a new horse.
Is this an up and down? Is this a nin?
Just
All right, Natures will continue to hold his
I don't
position
want
at
to
the shotgun.
describe it more,
Okay.
just because I don't want to be like giving anything away. Because I'm just looking.
Yeah, H just remains speechless, and she will just give a slight nod, and she'll remain at the shotgun on the top of the carriage.
Okay. He has you guys all follow him.
I do, without issue.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going wrong for this ride.
Yeah, I'll stay the closest towards this individual.
Okay.
I'm cautious, but I'm not. Oh, yeah. I'm paying attention, closely paying attention to him and everything else.
Okay. He guides you over to where the stables are. You see lots of stable hands working with horses, leading horses one way, the other way. You guys see and these are large stables, like at least 4 rows of horses could fit in each one. So a left and right in each of the stables. And they go back for quite a while.
Got a big operation here.
I have done well for myself. What can I say? Now that we are out of prying ears, perhaps proper introductions can be made. My name is Marius Balan.
And exactly who do you belong to?
Walter smacks Liam in the arm immediately.
Introduce yourself, my friends, and I'll be happy to continue my introduction.
Well, the name that you were given from me was not an alias by any means, just the voice you received.
Yes, but you are asking a much different question, my friend.
Wega, my name is Wea.
Greetings. And the rest of you?
Told Mitch my name's Walter. It's because it is. And I'm happy to make your acquaintance. Reason we stopped here is because I knew something was special about your work. I didn't know what, but I could tell you y'all do good work. So Walter's the name.
A pleasure.
And as stated before, my name is Liam.
He looks at the 2 ladies.
Oh, I wasn't aware we were close by. Aegis will just be just like, the name is Aegis.
I'm Adele.
Both not common names for these parts, I believe.
And I don't think you're from around here either.
I've been here for long enough to establish this business, one that was started by my predecessors back home.
A long, long time ago, I'd imagine.
Where he gives you a wink. I must say, my tall friend, your steed is particularly interesting, though not of the same stock that we have here. As I said, I was honest in my offer. If you wish to trade, I might interest you in something very special. However, if you simply wish to buy, I can offer you anything from this stable, and he points to the middle one. I would not insult you with offering ones of this nature, and he points to the one on the left.
Walter sizes up what's in the middle stable in that case.
It's a little hard to see on because of the stable doors being closed.
Never mind. I don't have the angle on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have the angle to really see what's inside. At this point, he's kind of assessing. You get the idea the guy's sizing up how interested you guys are, how much you're willing to pay, what you have to offer.
Well, as I said before, you have at least one guaranteed purchase. That is a necessity on my part.
In this interest, you want something that can last on long rides, be stronger and more durable.
Yes, something that can carry a good amount without tiring too quickly.
Well, it just so happens that this stable here, and again, he points to the middle one, offers what you seek without ever needing to supply it with additional resources. In this way, it is respectfully an improvement to your steed, and he gestures to Wea. Having too many of those is costly and becomes unmanageable. My steeds, you may have as many as you wish, and they will take care of themselves. Walter, give me a wits plus occult roll.
Are these
Gladly. I was going to make some comment asking to do something like this anyway.
nightmares?
It's nighttime.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Ooh,
It's actually a
ooh,
legitimate question, though.
I have no occult, but I'm rolling tens. I got 3 on this.
Ooh,
Walter, you're reminded of a book that
Sure am. Sorry.
Of a book that you had someone describe to you of what it was, of a very specific strategy in breeding ghouls to the point where they become what is known in the vampire world as revenants, basically ghouls that are born ghouls, and as such do not need vitae to keep them ghouls. The trade-off in the vampire world, because this can be done with humans as well as animals, but only certain clans. It's kind of like in the horse breeding world, the breeding records and the breeding history is kept very secret. Revenants don't need vitae, will forever be ghouls, stop aging once they hit maturity. However, because they're not blood-bound to a vampire, there's a little bit more risk of, like for humans, where they have a little bit more free will, a little bit more ability to, if not kept under the thumb of the owning vampire, rise up if they wanted to. However, there are certain clans that...
I'm just imagining them going on strike and like picketing, taking us anywhere.
Union!
A bunch of Bojacks.
Oh
Less of a
So-
problem with animals, but there are certain clans that have been known to keep entire family lineage of ghouls as their personal servants. The Shimisi, the Giovanni, the Ventru, couple others.
But the horse breeding thing was described as, it was read to Walter as a Shimisi thing, right?
It was.
Yeah. And more. More than horses. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
Walter gets this idea, is visibly, and kind of narrows eyes and says, well, yeah, but if those are what I think you got, then ain't they a little less obedient, if you know what I mean?
To experienced riders like yourself, I'm sure this will not be a problem. They are as obedient as any animal if you know how to control them.
Walter kind of looks over at Wayhead, shrugs, and goes, yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a problem.
But
I don't know how
think
attached you are to your horse, but I have a feeling our friend is kind of a bond with his, but let's just say I'm interested.
now, how many steeds are we interested in purchasing?
Our carriage had, I'm just clarifying, our carriage had 3 loner horses and then Wea's horse.
Correct.
Yeah, we 4 horses total.
4 horses.
Well, are we? Because I have no idea. I know I at least want to purchase 1 for Marshall so that we can get him and Lupe the hell out of here. So are we trading them all in, or are we just trading in 3 and keeping Wea's?
I have no attachment to any of these horses, so I do not mind trading them in or letting them rest however way you want to do it. I would rather the more expedient way and just simply replace them.
As long as them three, they rode fine. As long as them three don't go to waste, I'm not attached to them. But sounds like having a real strong, especially reared horse wouldn't be a bad thing. I think I might be interested in doing a deal for that.
What would
I agree.
the trade-in for my current horse look like?
You hand me that steed of yours, $300, and you may pick anything from this center stable.
Can I well, I guess the easiest way to do this is may I approach and examine?
You wish to inspect the wares? Of course, it is your right. Please follow me. And he opens up the stable doors and opens it. It is a very well kept stable inside. It's extremely neat and clean for a stable. There is the horse smell, but not overly so. They obviously muck out the stables and keep them well. The woodwork on the inside is not ornate, but there's craftsmanship in the making of it.
There are no dicks carved in it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a very well kept stable. You see a couple of ranch hands in there, and there are about
Yes.
Abacus.
48 horses in this stable.
Wow.
Ooh.
Each
Holy
row
crap.
is a row of 12, and so there's 12 on the left, 12 on the right, 12 on the left, 12 on the right. As there are two. Please look around. Any questions you have, feel free to ask.
So if we trade in the 3 others, and then I'm presuming, so at the bare minimum, we're going to buy 4.
Well, I'm afraid the 3 others you bring me are a lot worse for wear, my friend.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware there's a quality difference.
Indeed. My friend here, and he gestures that way, his steed plus $300 will buy him one of these. Your 3 will get you about a quarter of the way to another steed.
Damn. Quite the
These
price of these horses.
creatures take much time and training. They have already been bred, broken in, and are ready to ride, and are, I assure you, if need be, combat capable. Such a thing does not come at a cheap price.
Combat capable.
Combat.
And how exactly is that achieved?
The how, I'm afraid, is a trade secret. The what simply means, as I'm sure by the bearing of you here, these horses will not flinch in the face of combat. They will not shy away from gunfire. And given certain commands, they may even aid you in battle.
Now, do they shoot laser beams from their heads?
I am not familiar with what this word is.
Oh, don't worry. It's just a completely terrible joke.
And why wasn't it funny?
He just said it was completely terrible.
This is true.
So,
So we're looking at what, a minimum of 300 each for an each additional horse that is not covered by.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
my lady.
I don't think he's gonna take that.
Oh, you do make me laugh. No.
That's how you tell a joke.
No. One. It's 300 for Weya's horse and as a trade-in. The 3 other horses would only be 3/4 of the way to one.
So it's like you're
No,
trading in
I
a
got
car.
that. I was just asking for the outright price, that I'm guessing was 300, but I wasn't sure.
$2,000 per horse.
It's like you're trading in games at a store where games stop.
And you've lost money? What?
For the 3, I can give it to you for 900. Well, sorry, no. One of them seemed to have a little bit of something coming out. 1,200 for an additional for the secondary horse. Each additional horse after that will be $2,000.
You got anything you
Good.
need done for you that a group of talented individuals who are able to cover a large area could
Yes, because we need more tasks.
could
We don't have a long enough to-do
hear
list.
about in let's say in a brief or perhaps to be more extended partnership of sorts.
You're looking to trade favors, then?
We are a useful sort of folk, and
No, I just look
we
at
don't sit still.
Walter, while I absolutely appreciate this and I'm more than willing to go the route you're going, we do have quite a bit of available funds.
You got it on you?
Considering what we just got, yes. But that's
Fair enough. But
the
I
overall.
was just saying maybe it could be something easy. For us, that's hard for them.
Oh, I just wanted to
You
remind
never
you.
know.
Yes, we did get a decent amount recently, and I did have $500 on myself to help contribute.
Now, H, just
Addition
go over
to-
there and say that much louder.
He's simply
Yes,
waiting for you guys to come back and... How many steeds were you looking to acquire?
4 steeds and the trade-in.
So 5 total.
Correct.
I think we
so-
acquire the 4.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure because I
Maybe.
just want to be clear. So, where Chad, are we trading in your horse?
That is what Waya proposed. Yes.
Okay, so then 5.
Oh, all right.
And you are sure you do not need one for each of you?
No.
Those of us here is the ones that need them.
Yeah,
But you said you were
Yeah.
sending one off with a different individual.
Yeah, that
yeah.
one might be able to not be as
We do share sometimes.
Yeah. So we're buying 4, then trading in mine for the 5th.
But the one that is separating from the group does not need to be nearly as prized.
Remarkable.
Ah,
all right.
very well. So
Yes.
if you're simply looking for a more mundane steed, I do have those available as well.
Yes, I just need one of those that is a bit, that has some endurance.
So one of those plus 5 of this variety, or
Four,
in lieu of?
4 of your special horses and 1 not so special.
All right then, if you insist. Well, then by my calculations, if you're trading in the 4 that you currently have in possession, that would be 300. That would be $6,000 plus the trade-ins. And again, in that times money, this is quite a bit that this guy's asking for you guys.
This
I
is
tried
like
whistling, but
the
I couldn't.
fortune.
You said how much? 6,000?
Yeah.
It's like what, 80
Sounds
something?
like
Hold on.
I can imagine that's
Oh,
a
90
lifetime.
$95,880 in today's money. Oh boy.
I think our heist only garnished just about $5,000 worth of stuff.
yeah.
Plus whatever we had on our person, minus the trade-in. I mean, we can do a job.
Walter has a few $100 on him, by the way. He
And
just
I'd
never
take it.
offloaded it from himself.
He looks at you all. So do we have a deal?
I will give him $300 of my own share for my trade-in. Because he said my horse and 300, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Well,
I will hand over 300.
this is easy, but not. I'm afraid I don't know if we can muster up quite that sum. Right? Aren't we a little short?
Just a tad.
Sir, I'm
But
not lowballing
I,
you. I think we actually just don't have that much on us, but we might still be able to leave almost that amount of cash in your hand. You willing to bargain?
I'm sorry, my friend. I do not bargain on these creatures. I have people coming from all over these great lands looking to purchase from me.
No, it's
Y'all are kind
very-
of in the middle of nowhere, so they gotta travel real far to get here. I guess we did too.
There's
And you
also
seem to have a pretty good stock.
there's also a train that gets my wares where they need to be.
It's also very strange to see someone whose business has been along for so long and not want to trade in something a little bit less material.
Oh, I did not say I'm not interested. I just simply need to know the depths of which your abilities run. That makes it, see, money is easy, but other things, while more profitable, require a little bit more of a discussion.
Did anyone see that TV episode of Star Trek where this person had to trade these things for those things and that person wanted
I'll be
this
back.
thing? Oh,
If you do not wish to trade in money, there are other things we can discuss amongst our kind.
no, that's fine with me. I especially don't want to necessarily leave here with all of our main resources depleted either. But what did you need?
Well, as long before we discuss that, as long as we are discussing trade, the small child in your carriage, what is she worth to you?
Oh, she is non-negotiable, I'm afraid.
She is not for
She
sale.
ain't ours.
Pity. Very well. If I offered the 5 horses you spoke of, plus something in my third stable, would you be interested in trading her?
No,
She's not
she's
our
not for
choice.
sale.
At Adele speaking, he looks at you and gives you a once-over, which you can't see. Oh, you have been playing with someone very interesting, have you not?
Not intentionally.
What is your sight worth to you?
I can wait,
Say,
perhaps.
You're talking about fixing her sight. We already got that taken care of, all right?
Yeah.
We can rectify her situation. It's just a temporary
Very
predicament.
well, very well. Please follow me to the main house. We shall drop a contract. But before we go, my tall friend, Whale, it was, yes? Please, feel free to peruse these stables and pick out a steed. You have paid your, as far as I am concerned, our transaction is complete. Please feel free to pick a thing. And he whistles again, and another ranch hand comes up, and he goes, "Yes, the gray horse. That one is now ours. Please unhitch it from the carriage and bring it into the third stable. Thank you."
I'll bring it to you if you don't mind.
As you wish, my friend. But please pick out your new steed.
Okay. Do they have one that? Well, I imagine he doesn't have the same color horse that the one I have is. The
No, you don't see anything like that. However,
damn.
Out of 48.
Yeah, right. It was worth a shot.
however, if you want to make a perception plus animal ken, I can kind of suss out what the best steed for him would be.
It's a good one. 7.
Yeah. You go up and down. Again, there are 48 horses in here, but you're looking up and down, and you see one at the end, and your predatory senses are kind of looking. It's very animalistic. Of you start out looking as Wea, but then it's catching on of in the same way that a predatory animal can pick out what the weak and the strong of a herd are to try and pick them out. And you're looking, and there's one where you see one of the ranch hands kind of going, "God damn it, tornado!" As you see splinters going as the horse is kicking the stable, its personal stall door, and bits of wood are coming off of it as there's a small break in it. And you're kind of drawn towards that location. And you do see, as you see a all black stallion with a white star on the center of its head. This horse is at least 15 hands high in the sense that this thing looks like it was crossbred between like a Clydesdale and some other kind of draft horse. This is a war horse. Not what you're used to with the Pintos and the Mustangs and things like that, but this is like medieval style. This horse could handle 500 pounds on its back. I mean, this thing is huge and beefy, as it has a little wild streak in its eye.
That's coincidentally how much Wea weighs when he's angry.
Oh, jeez.
He just spends 3 hours going, ah.
Next episode. I like that one.
Way of the Hulk.
You have a distinguished eye. Most would overlook such a creature. But you seem like you could handle his free spirit. Very well. It is an even trade. Please. Do you wish to transfer your saddle from the old horse, or would you wish a new saddle?
I'll just use the one I have.
That is fine. That is fine. Please. And the stable hand, he's all yours, sir, as he backs up off the horse.
I will take him and yeah, and I'll group them, get them ready and grouped up with the carriage.
The horse bucks a bit, and seems a little unruly, but give me a manipulation plus animal ken.
Ooh, almost terrible too.
Takes a little bit, but you're able to get the horse to calm down, and it follows you.
Excellent.
As you go to the other horse, it starts going, Where are you going?
Oh man, I forgot he can talk to me and shit.
Oh,
No.
no.
Oh man.
You're gonna have to break up with your horse.
Whale?
You know, I'm just gonna cold shoulder him, dude.
As you ghost your horse.
Oh my god. Oh. Wow.
Oh.
Well, I guess before I let him go, I'll say, oh God, what will I say? I have never dreamt of talking to a horse like this.
As Chad realizes that in this episode he has to break up with a horse.
It's not you, it's
What?
me. We're
Right?
just
Like, I just need some time apart to figure myself out.
God.
I wasn't expecting to
Oh
get
my
this
God.
emotionally attached, and I'm just,
You
I'm not what you need right now.
keep
You
the
know, I've been hurt
plants.
before.
You can
You
keep the
deserve much
plants
better
at
than
your
me.
place. It's cool.
You're just too good for me.
Okay,
It's
but
not that it's not that
Yeah.
Tornado's better than you. It's just that we're not a good fit.
oh my lord, this is terrible.
Oh my god.
Like high school all
I
over
love.
again.
Oh my god, that's so first.
I will say to him that I'm sure there's a lot more opportunity for you here, and then with me constantly, and with how much they care for their horses, I think you'll be more well taken care of, and I will give away the horse. Oh my god.
bitch, you said you'd love me. Oh no.
And I always will. One tier. And then I move on.
And the horse seems you all see that the horse seems visibly upset. Like this thing is bucking and neighing, and they're having to like force it down, and because this is a ghoul. So this is something that is blood bound to Wea.
Yeah.
Give it a year.
I just want the upgrade though. It's like when you go to get a new car and you're like, man, that convertible looks really nice.
Except your car talks to you and has feelings for you.
Yeah, like ugh,
This is Christine.
too much drama for me.
Well,
This is a vehicle that has feelings for you.
I've learned my lesson with ghouling things that I shouldn't probably be ghouling.
And so Wea, you hear the horse go, no!
Oh god.
Oh my
If
god.
I had a heart, it would be breaking.
The third stable that you guys haven't been into, and as a matter of fact, he didn't really mention the third stable too much.
he mentioned it as a higher value thing to Wea.
Yep. And
Oh God,
you
it was mid-
hear
over
from
2000s.
inside that stable. As it is a combination of mildly a horse sound, but also something of a growl. And you hear your horse Wea just freaking the fuck out until you don't hear anything else.
You know what's best about this is that we legitimately did send his horse to live on a farm.
Look at the trees.
No.
he won't die. Maybe.
Now that business is concluded, please follow me into the main house and we shall discuss the rest of the venture.
God, this will never come back to haunt me.
Don't give Sean ideas.
For revenge.
Seems good to me.
Yeah, I will continue on following the lead.
Way's gonna wake up in bed one day and there's just gonna be like a bloody hoof print, like on a piece of paper, like slipped under his door, kind of thing.
Horse said you fine.
Just
The
says
ranch is
we
dead.
nay. This is the start of Bad Horse. This is how Bad Horse happens.
His horse comes back as that weird skeletal Welsh horse.
Do not insult her. She's amazing. Christmas.
So you guys go back and the main ranch house is very nice. Not gaudy, but a very nice ranch. You guys kind of have flashbacks of your estate that had been burnt down.
Hidden Valley.
Yes. As he approaches the door is opened by a couple of house servants. Again, rural servants, but obviously servants nonetheless. As you enter, please, we will adjourn to the sitting room and discuss business. As you all come in, there is a large wooden desk with a leather chair behind it. Other chairs around, stained glass lamps hanging in the place. And the back wall is all a giant bookshelf. Now, the bottom row of that seems to be all very thin books, and you see them as that these are ledgers. Liam, especially, you notice this from just your business ventures. The rest seem to be actual like books. And please sit down. Now, as I am now your host, are you any of you needing refreshment?
No, I think I'm well topped off at the moment.
Yes.
I would not mind a refreshment.
Have you a preference?
Oh,
Alive.
I don't want anyone dead. That's really, I don't have any other preference other than that. I don't need too much.
He also glances at Walter and Adele to see if they need anything.
I said yes.
Walter's distracted and staring at the bookshelf, looking for anything that looks like it's bound in a weird kind of leather reminiscent to the book, the single book that Walter owns in his life.
Perception plus that's Perceptigate, Walter.
And I just kind of look at him and I'm like, my apologies if my friend doesn't answer. I know he tends to prefer anything that has a whiskey flavor to it.
That might take a little bit more time, but can be arranged.
I got some ones, so I rolled a total of 1 on my gaze.
You're looking around, and there might be a book or two. It's hard to tell, but there's definitely a leather-bound book or two in the collection of ledgers. Of course, there's also a couple of leather chairs and things like that.
Liam's telling you right. That's
He
my preference,
rings
that's all right.
a bell, a little silver bell that's on his desk. He gestures for you. Please be seated. There's enough chairs and stuff for all of you if you choose to sit down. In a couple of seconds, a older gentleman in kind of a suit, but not quite, comes in. Yes, sir. Yes, we shall have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3, please, and 1 a bit of the cowboy special. Thank you.
It's the number 40.
Walter just nonchalantly tips his hat and actually leans back in his chair.
The old number 7.
Oh, Atreus will sit down.
Right away, sir. And the gentleman leaves. Few minutes later, two what looks like ranch hands and a woman come in, and he gestures to each of you in turn, other than Liam, who said he was fine, and they kneel down in front of each of you and undo the first couple of buttons of their shirt and expose their necks.
Service with a smile. I like it.
Yours has not
You're
yet
doing good.
arrived yet, Walter.
Oh, not me. Okay. Oh, you said 3 and 3. My bad.
Is it? Do you prefer? Yes, do you prefer Joe or Joseph?
Neither when I am among real clients. Joe seems to be a name that is well accepted around here.
Oh, trust me, the southern accent is a very similar reasoning.
Since we are such friends, you can call me Marius.
Thank you, Marius. So I do have a question.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Silver Arrow Trading Company?
I have heard of them, yes.
Well, I do happen to be a purveyor of that company. And I would be more than happy to see that our two companies have a very profitable business arrangement.
What kind of arrangement?
Supplies move from coast to coast. We do have some dealings with the Transcontinental Railroad that's being built. We have specialty routes that go to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and in down to the south as well.
The railroad is a very big venture. I did not know you were a part of that.
I have ties to it.
I believe men like us understand that ties to something and owning something are two completely different things.
Quite so.
Well, let us think for a moment. By the way, do you guys imbibe, those of you who have wished to?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we will take
how many blood points should you take?
2.
2? Okay. Wea, how about you?
I will not kill the gentleman.
Okay, that's 2.
Hold on, the screaming orgasms are going now.
So the 3 of you take 2 blood. As the people pass out, other people come in and help carry them out.
Thank you, good sir.
After you're feeding for a little bit, another a woman comes in, dark hair, with one silver streak coming down. She looks like she's about 30.
They were shop massage.
And she's sitting there holding a bottle, some kind of bottle of dark liquid. All right, which of you is ready for me?
I'm the one who's got the good taste here.
All right, cowboy. And she walks up. Oh, as you see the guy behind the desk, Molly's is just sitting there rubbing his temple.
Don't worry, she'll quiet down in a second.
You would think so. As she comes up and straddles your lap.
Ooh.
Oh, this one might be getting me a run for my money.
And as she pops a couple of buttons of her shirt, as you're getting a good old look of cleavage and the under bustle underneath. All right, cowboy, save a horse.
You don't gotta tell me twice. Walter kind of chuckles and reaches for kind of this lower neck part right above the collarbone, and
She reaches between her legs and gives you a bit of a fondle as you're doing so.
oh my god.
She's gonna go all in.
Look at this. Walter's gonna like kind of press her arm in his hand, kind of like just to him, so she can't move it anymore, and just like take the 2 blood points and kind of like pat her.
Good whore.
And,
California jail.
He's gonna do that and let her go through that experience.
She seems to very much enjoy it.
And he's gonna say that deserves a tip, darling. If she's like even conscious enough to hear him say it.
Very
And,
barely, she does the. I usually like more than the tip.
Oh, yeah.
Walter kind of just nods at Marius, and he finds a couple dollars and like slides them. God, where do you like? I assume that like right here is the place, but like
There you go.
I don't know if she has another area to slide $2.
Right in
So
the
I'm just gonna go
bosom.
with that. I'm gonna go with that.
All right, you do so. She is kind of limply carried off. You definitely get a good taste of whiskey off of the blood.
Say what you will, y'all got good taste. You said it.
Aw,
But what about meow?
kidding.
He loves me so much.
Well, I'm glad that she was to your liking.
She is, and I think we can be to your liking, though not in the same way. We're a useful sort. I can't help but notice that y'all got some books on what you're doing here, and I don't know if this I don't know what you're gonna think of this, but you might be interested to hear that I happened to run across a certain detailed breeding book that used to be held by them down at the mission run by the Vatican down in Texas.
I cannot say I've heard of this mission. But if you're saying that you have something that is property of my kin, I, of course, would be very appreciative of its return.
I am saying that. And I don't know how much that'd be worth to you. In fact, I don't know if I don't know if you knew that there was the Vatican presence down here, but we kind of got rid of them. But
That is a bold claim.
it's a real claim. And you should know how useful we are if I share it. But Walter kind of coughs for a second, despite himself. if this book was stolen from you, then perhaps it'd be good to get it back, but I can't say as I know if it did belong to you. Maybe it's perhaps something from one of your rivals who I wouldn't know till
Do you have the
guess
book?
we wouldn't know till you had it. Sorry?
Do you have the book with you?
I don't. I can have it sent up here.
Well, once I see the book, I can only then tell what its value is, and thus any trading till then would have to be put on a momentary hold.
Damn it, you have a point.
While I do like your kind very much, I must say that we have just met, and going on your word alone is not enough. No offense.
None
However,
taken.
I must say it is a bold claim to try and barter with me for something that may or may not be property of my own kin. You are bartering with what could be already rightfully belong to us, but I like bold ones, so you're lucky. I enjoy such things.
I don't mean any offense. I don't mean to say that y'all shouldn't be able to get what's yours back, but I am saying that I liberated it from a place that y'all maybe wouldn't have been able to quite so easily, and it's just something I thought might be of interest. Maybe if we cross paths again, we can talk further.
Future dealings, of course, but for right now, what is your availability? If you are saying that you wish to not have to put down any additional currency and simply trade in deals.
Oh no,
We're
no,
still-
we can absolutely put some. We just don't have all at the moment on hand.
Well, inform me of how much you wish to put down, and that will decide the size of the favor I might ask.
I mean, at bare minimum, we can at least put down 1,000 tonight.
At least.
All right. Well,
And that's just a start.
by my calculations, that still leaves you 400. Let's see.
So I think you said it was 6,000 we needed total.
Yeah, the math minus the trade in, we never really got the exact price.
So that leaves $4,700 not accounted for.
Shoot, that's including our horses too. Yeah, all right. Well, as you said, sometimes currency can't get what one really needs done.
Now, we do have an appointment this evening in a few hours, but beyond that, for the most part, we kind of have an open schedule. We're no particular rush to get back to where we're from.
What do you think you would need from a group such as us?
I tell you what. Obviously, Tornado is yours, and he gestures that way. Leave the other horses here. As a show of good faith, I will take care of them as best as I can until you return and conclude your business in town. When you return, I will have had time to think about your offer and decide what I need done that would compensate me for the remaining balance.
Now, as far as the more mundane steed, I'm presuming that would be an easy enough transaction that we can take care of this evening.
I have already concluded it in the price. If you wish to leave me the $1,000 that you said, that will more than pay for the regular steed and be a down payment towards the rest of the total. And if that is a show of your good faith, my good faith shall be taking care of the other 3 steeds that are here.
Thought at least.
If when you return, we cannot do business, I shall return you your steeds and simply only take $100 for taking care of your steeds for the evening.
Definitely.
Do I feel like he's being straightforward in general?
Give me. Are you looking more for his character? Or are you looking more for the financial end of the deal?
His truthfulness,
I will definitely take a look
Earnest.
at the financial.
earnestness, genuinely.
Okay. Walter, go ahead and make a perception plus subterfuge roll for the truthfulness.
Ooh, okay.
And Liam, make a wits plus finance.
I got 3 on the subterfuge. Would have been 4.
3. As best you can tell, nothing he said has seemed to be, at least in this moment, has seemed to be distasteful or disrespectful.
Walter's nodding and looking over at Liam and the group and saying, "This
Agree?
can't really beat that. Seems good."
Liam, there's something about the numbers now that you're thinking about it that isn't quite right. You're starting to do the math in your head, and you realize that when he said that each horse was worth, each of his horses was worth 2 grand, that is more than reasonable for a Gould, for a remnant horse. But when you do the math, you get the idea that maybe the total should have been a little bit closer to 5,500 rather than 6,000.
Now, Marius,
Yes.
despite my age, I am significantly older than I look. And I have been in business for some time. And while I can absolutely appreciate trying to make a profit, I merely think that we could renegotiate just a bit off the top.
I see I'm doing business with someone who knows the trade. Very well.
Also, is Mitch available for a light snack? Just curious.
Ooh, that is a very special request.
I wasn't sure if he was property or business. Just curious.
I'm afraid he is not available, but if you have preference of one that looks like him, I believe he has a brother that is available.
Oh, no. It's fine. It was just a curiosity.
Very well. I will be happy to take off an additional 300 from the original deal.
What about... Hold on, I have an intruder.
They make the rules.
Pretty much.
Clearly.
Well, I have a cup next to me, and he needs to investigate what's inside of it.
Kitty's getting drunk. Got it.
Now, what about we knock off 500, and I pull out the diamond and then ruby crusted necklace that I got from Edith, and we add this in.
May I see it?
Oh, of course.
He takes it, reaches into his desk, pulls out a little gem inspecting magnifier on his eye, kind of takes a look. Deal.
Thanks, man.
Hold on.
For this, you may take the regular steed as well as Tornado tonight. I will also still hold to my promise of watching your other 3 steeds in good faith. Try to take care of the poor beasts as best I can. If you decide to do further business, you are welcome to stop by after your business is concluded in town, and I'll have had time to think about certain errands I need taken care of. If you wish to do no further business, you may leave with my blessing, with the additional steed and Tornado, and your original 3 steeds.
Well, that sounds like a mighty fair deal. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any questions?
Now me think
We
of that. I
leave
think
in
you've covered
R3.
everything.
Are we leaving R3 here, or
For the moment, they're just going to be taken care of.
how are we gonna get? How do y'all want to get to town? You just
Well, we
want to
have what?
walk?
A mile
It's
walk?
not that far.
No.
Well, I don't mind hooving it the rest of the way.
I know this may not be your business, but it behooves me to ask if y'all could maybe stow our carriage just for a short time. We're not actually dependent on any business with you. We actually don't have much business in this area otherwise, so we'll be back soon enough to take it back off your hands.
For you, my friend, it would be no problem.
Oh, I did have one question. And by all means, we're just curious, just so it doesn't come up later. Do you know of somewhere, if need be, that we could bed down for the day?
Besides here,
Well, if you're offering, I didn't want to be so presumptuous.
I'm sure we can make a deal. But in town, have you heard of the Lonely Coyote?
Actually, we're on our way there.
Rings a bell.
They have certain rooms. Now, I will warn you, the proprietors of this establishment are not aware of our kind. However, there are a certain number of rooms on the ground floor that the sunlight should not be much of a problem.
Sounds like a good stop.
So we have
Thank you.
options.
Yeah, that should not be a problem for us.
Excellent.
I like options.
Well then, my friends, the business is, I believe, concluded as for now. You said something about $1,000 down payment.
It's in the carriage. I would have to get that.
Well, feel free to grab that. I will make sure to keep stock of all your items. And tell me, are the two ghouls and the young girl going with you?
Well, the one of the ghouls and the young girl will be leaving quickly.
Yeah.
The other ghoul will be with us.
The other ghouls coming. Yeah. Us.
Throw in an extra $50 and I will make sure that their saddles are well supplied with food and water.
Do think of everything,
Aegis.
don't you?
Aegis will pull out $50 and give it to him.
Thank you, my lady.
Do you have a preference? Cash, jewels, gold?
As long as it spends, I do not care. As you said, such things to our kind are trivial enough. They are means to an end.
Oh, very well.
All right, he rings the bell. Yes. Now, do you have for the more basic steed? Do you have a specific preference, or will you trust me to choose?
Oh, no. You're more than welcome to choose.
Very well.
Should be able to make a long journey.
Of course.
Slowly, just a long one.
Yes. Correct. The tan mare. Yes, that one. Yes, thank you very much. And one of the servants goes off. Well, you have business in town. I do not wish to keep you. I hope you will be returning to conclude our business. How long should I expect you to be in town? How long will I be watching your carriage for?
Hopefully only a night, right?
Yeah, I would hope that
Yeah,
would
we should be back
tomorrow evening.
Now,
Yes.
I of course trust that you are all as capable as you say, but should you not return in, let's say, 3 nights' time, I assure you, you will not mind if I keep your horses and carriage, assuming that you have decided to vacate the premises.
A most
Make it
pragmatic
7.
approach.
How about 5?
Mhm.
I don't even know what 5 days is, man. I think in weeks. A week ain't that long in the face of how long you have here on this beautiful planet.
And if we're bedding down here during the day, you'll get regular visuals of us.
Oh, very well, very well. All of you make a and he's like, with that, he starts to get up. All of you make a perception plus awareness roll,
Oh
please.
boy. Not doing that great on this one. Oh, wow, I have not botched much this night. I actually have 2. No, I got 2.
Hey,
2 successes.
Oh, I got 6
Four.
successes.
6.
Yep, 6.
Having a good roll night.
6.
and when we're not in
That was
danger.
my best roll the whole night.
Yeah.
I've not been very protected tonight.
check.
Oh Lord, I did well. Hold on, Rebel.
Rebel, rebel.
You can't help me. Holy shit! I got 7.
Wow.
Okay. So everyone except for Walter.
Oh, well then.
You're very pretty.
And he's a
Well,
little
at least
drunk.
I have that going for
He's
me.
a little drunk.
As you get up from your chairs, it's very subtle, but you each hear a coming from the chair.
Nice. Living furniture.
Did we see a backing to the chair?
Oh, that's
Give me a
That's
perception
creepy.
plus investigation real quick. Difficulty is 8 because you're doing this as like a glance rather than obviously seeing that going, let me inspect your chair.
No, like I mean, like, do I see a backing to his chair when he got like just in general, like?
I mean, to your guys' chairs, yeah. I mean,
But to his,
yes.
2.
At a glance, you do see it looked like stained. At first, you thought wood, but there is a face going like this
oh shit.
on the back of the chair.
I don't like it.
And the rest of you are starting to notice that the leather of the chairs that you were sitting in looks suspiciously similar to Walter's book.
I am
Miranda,
blithely
you'll
unaware.
get this reference. Moisturize me.
Oh,
Very, very much stretched, thin. Rather than it's not cut in sewn pieces, you actually then start noticing that there is no sewing in the leather. It seems to be one continuous piece.
Oh god. Oh, just some interesting furniture you've got here.
don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
He smiles a feigned smile. Well, I wish you all a good evening and wish you success on your ventures.
I kind of open up my nostril and just like take a whiff of the chair, like, oh, I love that smell.
We thank you for the hospitality.
He nods. And do you all leave?
I take
Take
Adele.
leave.
I take Adele by the arm.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to prepare Marshall to leave now.
Seems that way.
As you guys come out, a tan-colored horse with white socks comes out, already saddled with a decent saddle. Not anything super expensive, but a very functional, very nice saddle with saddlebags on either side, seemingly full.
Mania horse and boots.
I am horse in boots. And it is being led up as the carriage and the other 3 horses are being led away as this horse is being brought up, and you see Marshall, Lupe, and Bartleby standing there. Bartleby kind of fast walks up to you. Master, is it all right that they're taking everything with everything we have loaded inside?
Just take, was it? I only need $1,000 worth of a down payment. Everything else, get in your satchel, and just make sure you stay out of sight.
There's more than just my satchel's worth of things in there, sir. There's all the things you unloaded from the train.
Oh no, I'm aware. Just as a precaution, whatever you can carry that's light enough, just to keep something to yourself.
Right, and he kind of Bartleby kind of chases after the carriage a bit. Hold up there!
Well, we still have like people that we need to like.
We'll get our bags out too.
We'll let you know when it's ready to be taken. We just have a few things to get in order.
The hands go, all right then. Well, you let us know when it's ready. and they at least unhitch the horses and take them. And they are also led to the third stable as you start hearing frantic whinnying and actually no, I take that back. They are actually taken to the first stable, the very first one with the normal horses.
Such a roller coaster.
Best stopping episode ever.
Like we don't know whether to be freaked out about the horses or not.
Yeah. Walter grabs just his bag that has like his rope.
Anything that you guys can normally carry on your person, you can get out of the carriage.
Liam just make sure he's got a good amount of like, personal funds and whatnot. He gives, the required down payment to one of the hands for Marius.
Mitch goes ahead and takes that. I assume you guys also take the book that you guys got off of the train, the one that talks about the
How to Make a Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the Alchemist Fire. Yeah, no, I keep that one.
Yeah. All right. The horse that they seem to have brought out from the first stable, the tan colored one with the white stockings, seems like a very fine horse. It's a from human standards, this would be a very nice horse. Seems well
good work here.
Well fed, well taken care of. Newly shod horseshoes on it. Well groomed. It seems to be very, very. These people know horses as much as the bad vibe you guys just got from the house. If anything, the horses seem better treated than the people.
I mean, yeah. Oh, geez.
Something joke about treating and leather for people. Yes.
Well, Del, do you want to tell Marshall?
Yes, I suppose.
Lupe, come here. And I just want to show you the horse.
Okay.
I just kind of pick her up, like, you want to pet him?
And she starts petting his nose. Or her nose.
Ay, mi Angelita.
Adele, what do you do?
I'm going to tell Marshall that it is now time for him to take her to her parents, and that this is a very important job, as he knows, and that I expect him to return once he has accomplished that and rested for a bit, to make sure that and above all, stay safe.
He seems very conflicted, and for the first time he's like, well, Miss Adelaide, or Miss Adele, Miss
My
Adele,
betrothed does not know my name.
yeah, well, Miss Adele, I know it's my duty to take care of this young girl, but I'm suddenly finding myself, I suppose because we are only just now engaged, that it is so hard for me to leave your side.
If you love me, you will do this for me.
Oh my God.
Give me a charisma plus leadership roll. Adele is going to now have to learn that ghouls do not often unless you've trained them for a long time, like Bartleby, they are the cleanliest of cleany mixes.
Sorry, charisma, you say?
Yes.
Well, that makes two of our players that have learned that tonight.
I don't have leadership.
So that's going to be a difficulty 8.
Cool. But does my enchanting voice bring it down by 2?
It actually doesn't. If anything, that makes it harder because.
Well, no, because I'm trying to persuade or command someone.
I'll let it go down by 1.
Okay.
So it can be difficulty 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank fuck. Holy shit. Hold on.
Now, if I was to thank fuck, who would I be? How would I be thinking?
How do you think
Much
fuck?
like the Catholic Church, there's a bit of kneeling involved. Then
I
stand.
got 5 successes. I had rolled a 7, 9, and 2 10s and a 5. And the 2 10s re-rolled into a 7 and a 6. So I good. I got 5 successes.
And you have 5 in charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. You see him struggle, and almost compelled, he goes, all right, I'll do that.
And I promise I will be waiting with so many soft kisses upon your return.
He blushes.
I'll be there for you.
He blushes. All right. All right. Yes, I will do that. All right. I will miss you very much.
And I will miss you. I appreciate you taking care of her. This makes me incredibly happy.
I hate to say it, but I don't seem to remember where I placed my firearms, as you all remember that he didn't have any on him when you found his body.
Atris to walk forward, right? I do have a couple pistols on me if you want to take these.
Much obliged. Yeah. So a marshal should never be without a weapon.
I'll give him one of the spare shotguns I picked up.
All right, he's got. He gives Wea back Wea's stuff. He takes the 2 pistols. He has the shotgun. He looks to Bartleby. All right, deputy. I leave this in your capable hands. I expect a full report when I return. And Bartleby goes, oh, I will have so much to say to you when you come back.
I just grab Bartleby by the cheek, so I go, Bartleby, one day you will slap him, and that day will be glorious. I just let him go and walk away.
Marshall settles up and goes, well, little girl, are you ready to go home? Yes. And like at this time you start seeing like tears start to well up, and for the first time it actually seems like happy tears. And she looks at all of you. Thank you.
Now remember what I said, Lupe. You know you're special. And she's connected, so call her the way you know how if you're in trouble.
And she thinks for a second. And she walks up to Adele and kind of tugs at your sleeve.
I'm going to kneel down towards the tugging.
Yeah, you will.
I'm going to put my put my hand like on her arm.
Down towards the tugging.
And she opens up your hand, reaches for something in her pocket, and places it in your hand and closes your hand. It might help. And then she whispers in your ear.
Typey. Like all you hear is keystrokes in your ear.
This whisper brought to you by Keyboard Strokes. The only way to win.
She whispers in your ear, "Hell Hydra," and then stabs you.
No.
And before you can respond, she walks away to
Oh, okay.
Hit him with the walk away.
Fucking away like a boss.
As Marshall hoists her up on the horse, he gets up, tips his hat to everyone, and looks at Adele and gives one of these.
And I catch it.
Oh,
Looks at you.
real romantic.
And I just throw it at her.
I mean, she wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. Just hear it, of course.
How as he then takes off with the horse and they start galloping away.
Boy, Dad, you really know how to pick them. You really do.
Well, he kind of picked me.
Yeah, thought I heard, but yeah, you chose to go him. So at least, hopefully, you can find some use from here on out.
Adele, you feel around in the thing that's in your hand. Give me a perception, straight perception.
Nothing I do is straight. Three.
You felt this before. You start to feel around, and it takes you a while to thumb around for what it is. It is an acorn.
Okay.
Oh, great. Now there's a saber-toothed squirrel that's going to follow us around.
Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeaking.
Is that an instant tree acorn?
So yeah, it feels like an acorn.
Okay. Interesting.
And are you guys getting ready to ride into town?
I may walk.
I will ride
Yeah.
on my beautiful new horse.
Of course. Gotta get
I
used
mean,
to you
you
somehow.
still wish.
Without using
Yeah.
the reins.
All right, wait, give me a manipulation plus animal ken, difficulty 7.
If he falls, I'm going to laugh.
2 successes.
All right. No real
Might laugh anyway.
enough where it's not shaky or anything else. You get up bareback on the horse and you start to ride, but you keep pace with the rest of the group as you all start to walk towards the town, knowing that you have about an hour and a half before your not an hour and a half. You guys got there at 7. So
You said we were like a mile from the town?
Yeah.
I thought so. Like 20 minutes would be a walk at a leisurely pace.
Yeah, we'd have like a few
between
hours.
the time that you spent here and the time that you walk, you're going to get to town around 8 o'clock, which will give you 4 hours before
4 hours, yeah. It's at midnight.
the meeting at the Lonely Coyote. And that's where we're going to pick up tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week.
Is it tomorrow yet?
Yes. So I hope you all had fun.
This is interesting.
This was the weirdest shopping
That's
episode
cool.
ever.
Right. I'm glad that the title of the episode actually fit what we did and it didn't derail completely.
Watching at home knows that never happens.
Yes. Y'all get an XP point for showing up.
I
I don't think any of you anyone want to try and make an argument for being in danger?
No.
Emotional danger?
I
We
mean,
put
not
our-
being able to see, she's always in danger.
We put our own lives in Marshall's hands during that day that we slept.
It's true.
And you know what? We ended up
I
okay,
mean-
but he could have decided that he was a hero in all the wrong ways at the blink of an eye.
So the answer is no. So
My
you all
heart
get
was
one
in
XP.
danger of
We
breaking.
weren't in danger.
Now tell
I
me
don't
something
think
you
we-
learned or something badass your character did, starting with Atris.
I think the only thing she would have learned probably would have been the thing about horses being, or any animals there are ghouls being able to reproduce other ghouls and that whole thing.
She learned about revenants.
Remnants. Okay.
All right, Liam.
I learned a new way to make chair leather.
God.
You weren't exactly shown the method.
I learned
You
it's
just
possible.
show people
Yes,
work
learn that
chairs.
Yes. And some rumors you've heard about Shimisi have been potentially made not rumors.
But I mean, in general, I organized a great deal of the trade that we just did.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. And you also did suss out that he was trying to
Highball us a bit.
highball you guys a bit. So I'll give it to you for that. Adele.
So aside from the whisper of information, I ghouled my first ghoul.
You did. And I'll make sure you get Marshall's character sheet by next week.
Good, because I know where you sleep at night.
Indeed.
Jeez.
Wow, out of game threats to get in-game rewards.
Toss a cat on him at night. That's what I do, David.
Walter.
Yes. Badass. Recognized the utility in stopping here. Learned that the Vatican was quite possibly keeping tabs on this exact place actually when they obtained the book that they have on their practices.
I'll give you an XP for that. And Wea.
Breaking up is hard. Maybe don't be so quick to ghoul things.
Wea definitely did learn a valuable lesson about the effects of ghouling a creature and not to do it lightly. All right, guys. That's our game for this week. We'll meet the same time next week. I will be reaching out to Jeff to see if we can get him ready to join our happy band of adventurers. To everybody watching at home, because that's apparently a thing now that I'm trying to get my head around.
Nobody's watching at home.
Keep your feigns and your wits sharp, and we'll see you all next Thursday.
Bye.
We're only televised in like stadiums and bars currently.
Your local
You're saying
brewery.
bye, hurry up.